Episode 35. Change gonna come.
Change gonna come. A lot of changing coming.
A lot of switching up.
A lot of switcheroos, as they call it. But politically, socially, and if you're paying attention, this kingdom itself is changing
Quickly.
This year, it's already the 17th.
You got 2 more weeks to go.
And shout out to people that hear this around the second I put it out. You the real followers. You know, y'all at our secondary page in case we get hit up by YouTube. But nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, we in jail.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm not one of those people that, black people don't support black people when they don't get what they want. Niggas don't get money or get support, and they say black people don't support black people. Yeah, when they get support, they never say black people do support black people. You always criticize and never uplift. Yep. We're not going to do that. But thank you if you are listening to this on the backup page. We're going to be on this page probably until a little after Christmas. They got us for 2 weeks. Our last strike ends on December 23rd. So if we would have got hit up this weekend, if we would have got hit up on the 24th, we would have only be gone for a week. But
yeah,
it is what it is. We here.
They know what they were doing.
And it's all because of that damn As I Die Slow. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why they got us up out of there. That's it. Because we spoke on that, they got us up out of there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the first topic. Good news for HBCUs and maybe even black sports in general. With the decision from a young man deciding to take his talents to take his talents to Jackson State, an HBCU. It was kind of surprising, but he was able to get it done. Yeah, this nigga made me edit a T out of the damn title. Whatever. Anyway, he took his talents to an HBCU and he received a lot of adulation. A lot of people were like, oh man, that's dope. Good on him to make that decision.
Did he only do it because Deion Sanders was there?
Well, we'll get to the decisions that might have led up to his decision.
Sorry, somebody got to be devil's advocate.
But you see, OG told you about being devil's advocate. But Deion Sanders flips number 2 overall college football recruit Travis Hunter.
Was he number 1?
No, ESPN has him ranked number 2. Other rankings have him labeled 1. So the headlines was messed up because they were going off of what his highest rank is versus ESPN is only at number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Deion Sanders flips number 2 overall college football recruit Travis Hunter from Florida State to Jackson State on National Signing Day. As you see here, cornerback Travis Hunter, the number 2 ranked recruit in the country, flipped his commitment from Florida State to Jackson State on Wednesday to become the first 5-star high school football prospect to sign with an FCS team since ESPN started its rankings in 2006. The fact that I'll say that this is a bigger deal for a football prospect to do it than a basketball prospect. The basketball prospects only stay 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Football prospect, you have to stay at least until your junior year. Now, it's different now because now college football has the transfer portal, which allows for guys to transfer after a certain amount of time at a college. So the haters of this decision, the Florida State people and all them, they're saying, oh, he gonna get the money because they're accusing the situation of being because of some alleged money being given to him. Because players now can make money off their name, image, and likeness,
which is good,
which is great. I've been a proponent of that since obviously forever. I was always wondering, why is it a high school football player has to go to college, but a baseball player can come out in his damn sophomore year? He ain't even got to graduate high school to go to play baseball.
Well, what's the ratio of black?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Your answer. Now, basketball, the NBA, it used to be you can come out of high school. I think you can come out at like 17. Now I think the age is 19. But they didn't. NBA had a rule before they changed it the last couple of years where you had to go to college at least 1 year. Now they changed that and said, well, you just got to be 19. You have to be turning 19 the calendar year. You have to turn 19 the year of the draft.
Why do you think they're making these changes?
Well, because let's be honest, people want to say it, especially on the basketball side. It's LeVar Ball. When LeVar Ball came out with the Ball brothers and he came out his own league.
But they refuse to give this man his credit and everything he's done for his sons.
Exactly. We had people like, what's the guy named that played for Milwaukee, was drafted to Milwaukee. I can't remember his name right now, the basketball player. He went to overseas instead of going to college and then went to the NBA. But see, LeVar took his son to Australia. First, he had his own league. Then he took him to Australia. and he still went to NBA and became a success. Now his first son went to was it UCLA if I'm not mistaken, Lonzo. He decided not to do that with his youngest son. But when he started his league and you started seeing, not big players, but players starting to realize I can go here and get money.
Didn't he go to Europe too?
Yeah, I think he played in the European League too.
Lithuania?
Yeah, Lithuania. Yeah. Then he went to the Australian team.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me go ahead and go to this article. Hold on. Yikes. Here we go. See, Deion Sanders flips number 2 overall college football recruit Travis Hunter from Florida State to Jackson State. Let me tell you something. Them Florida State fans are pissed. All of them are saying he's making the biggest mistake of his life. He's going to be going against lesser talent. He's not going to get seen. He's not getting drafted as high as he would.
No, those Florida State Negroes.
That's another thing. It's black people. It's not just all white Florida State fans. It's black. You have black Florida State alumni who are literally downing HBCU. Like, man, he going there. That's a mistake. He shouldn't go there. I know some of this was jokes. I saw some of the black.
But you know what? Jokes are a lighthearted way of expressing
not that
truth
part.
sometimes.
Not that part. The part I'm about to say is jokes. Is the part where I saw some black Florida State fans saying Deion Sanders went to Florida State. Some of the alumni are on Twitter joking about, they should take his number 2 and unretire and let the punter wear it because he stole their number 1 recruit. But as you can see here, cornerback Travis Hunter, the number 2 ranked recruit in the country, flipped his commitment to Florida State to Jackson State on Wednesday to become the first 5-star high school football prospect to sign with the FCS team since ESPN started its rankings in 2006. Jackson State's coach Deion Sanders, a Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive back, teased before the start of the early signing period that he was going to pull off something historic. And now he has pulled away a 5-star defensive back from his alma mater. Hunter, a 6'1", 165-pound prospect out of Collins High School in Conway, Georgia, has been committed to Florida State since March 2020. He was committed to them for over
a year,
almost a year and 6-7 months.
Yeah, about 6 months.
Good Lord! So that's why a lot of the it's been 8 months.
9.
Yeah, 9. Hey,
9
wait.
months.
Well, he just did it December. That would be
8.
Yeah, you know what? Y'all gonna have that. Yeah, he said. So now, what this led to, like I said, a lot of people was making the point where, this is a mistake, and the decisions of why he went there. Now you brought up. Well, first let me show something. Hold on. Before we even get to all that, let me just do this right quick. This is the young man making his decision here.
Wow.
Now, the reason why I made sure to show that is because there was a lot of college football fans of those teams that were like, he threw it was Georgia, Florida State, and I forgot the other one. He threw their hats. So they thought, that's disrespectful.
No, niggas just extra.
He's disrespectful, just throwing our hat around.
Niggas just extra.
Well, this is what signing day is about. They basically, signing day for a college athlete is like free agency in the professional world. When you're a free agent, you get all these teams that fly you around, take you to dinner, offer you all this stuff, and promise
they're courting you.
Yeah. They court grown men. Yeah, they court you. So they offer you all these promises and promise you the world and diamonds. And then, you make a decision.
Like a diamond.
But yeah, so this is what it's like.
They be giving them the best meals they ever had, taking them to these 5-star restaurants,
free
trying to get them to eat raw meat.
Pay for them to live somewhere during that time,
but don't realize niggas eat their steak well done.
It's surprising me. A lot of niggas don't.
They switching up.
A lot of niggas, I like it medium well. I always say I don't trust a nigga who like his steak medium well.
They get medium well because they out there playing in the snow. food being cooked differently from how their mama was cooking it. I said it. What a wig? No wig jokes this time. Playing in the snow.
Wait, hold on. Is that just the Negroes or what? See, now you trying to make it one side.
Niggas be hiding in the store.
let me,
You be like, who you with? Then they finally end up at the cashier. They be like,
you said
oh, that's who you with.
See a Negro walk around the front of the store, just acting like he looking for something.
That's what was happening in the grocery store the other day. I was like, why this Negro just wandering around? And then he ended up at the cashier, and
you know,
Lord and behold,
like Bernie Mac said, who you with?
Yep.
But so a lot of stuff came from that because of, once again, the college players have a name, image, likeness now. They can actually make money off of it. Well, Deion Sanders is working with Barstool. I think I guess you would call it a media or company or something.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty popular. Their creator or the CEO or owner, whatever it is, isn't very well liked by a certain segment. But, you know, he's one of those white dudes that kind of just don't care about stuff. He say what he want. Deion Sanders works with the company. It just so happens, allegedly, that Travis Hunter has a new, I guess you call it a sponsorship or something.
It's just a coincidence.
With them in a gaming, whatchamacallit.
It's just a coincidence.
So people are putting two and two together, and they like,
I put two and two together. I didn't get it.
I hope we gonna play it like that now. We're gonna like we don't see water is wet or is water wet.
Shit.
So now the people obviously came to a conclusion that he basically was paid to go to that team.
He was bought and paid for?
Allegedly. Even though we know for a fact college football have been using boosters to pay for these athletes forever. I heard the story on I think there was I forgot who told this story. Mike and what's his name told a story about there was a college basketball player, Chris Mullins. When he was in college, there was a local auto dealership that he was getting a no-show paycheck for. So he had a job, quote unquote, but it was a no-show job. He just didn't come to work, but he got a paycheck. So clearly he was being paid to come to a college.
Well, damn, I get one of those.
St. John's, I think it was. A no-show job. Hold on. A lot
How
of
do
people,
I work there? I get paid for working there, but I don't got to go work there.
A lot of people doing no-shows nowadays, so so it really won't be that much different.
Some not by choice though.
Yeah.
Some want to go to work, but due to the mandates.
We'll get to that later. Deion Sanders shoots down Travis Hunter $1 million NIL deal rumors. Deion Sanders pulled off an incredible recruiting coup on Wednesday. We know what it said. Hunter has been committed to Sanders' alma mater, Florida State, and Auburn and Georgia involved in finalists entering yesterday's signing day event. He ultimately flipped to Jackson State, putting Sanders' HBCU program, which is 11-1 this season, back in the headlines. During his victory lap today, Sanders appeared on ESPN's Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max, and took the opportunity to shoot down rumors that Hunter signed with JSU thanks to the generous NIL package. Among the rumors that proliferated online Wednesday was that Barstool Sports, for whom Sanders is a media personality and the subject of a documentary series on Jackson State football, had offered up to $1 million to Hunter. Now, Jackson State is really getting put on the map. They're doing a documentary. I guess you would call it like a, what's that thing they do? The NFL does something called Hard Knocks, where they pick a team every year and they film them throughout the season, and then they show what happened there. So let's say that team was expected to win a championship and they flopped out. Their whole thing will be filmed, and you'll see how it happened. If a team came out of nowhere and won a Super Bowl, the team they picked, at least the film, if that team just happened to win a Super Bowl, you'll find out how it happened. But, it is what it is. They usually pick the teams you expect them to put on pick, teams that's got a new quarterback or a big time prospect on the team or something like that. So that's what they're doing for Jackson State. Mm. So we didn't pay him. We ain't got no money. No money, Sanders said, struggling to hold back laughter after being asked about the rumors by Jay Williams. I heard $1.5 million, and I heard Dave Pontier over at Barstool. That's the biggest lie I ever heard. You know what it is? You know what that is? That means we kicked your butt. We took what was ours, and now you got to make up an excuse why.
Big shit.
Ain't nobody got no $1.5 million. I wouldn't pay my son $1.5 million on NIL. How am I going to coach a guy making more than me? Now, hold on. Now, I know he made more than him as far as a coach, how much is he being paid to do it, but you are a millionaire.
Yeah, you're a millionaire.
Yeah, so that wasn't really a good reason. Sanders shared his approach With Keyshawn Johnson and the others, the major takeaway, he said, he's honest with players. He doesn't promise anything that he and the Jackson State program can't deliver on, but it's up to the players to put the work in once they arrive. Honestly, Key, I'm straight up, man. I shoot straight. I don't lie. I don't placate. I don't promise your kids bells and whistles. I'm not going to say you're going to blow up on the internet. No, man. You got to come in and play and work. Do your job, and the rest of is history, Sanders said, but you got to work. I'm a straight shooter. My coaching staff did a phenomenal job on getting it to that point so that I can come in and be me. But we just shot it straight. We just really ain't promised nothing that we can't make happen. So I saw comments from Clemson and all these other coaches, and they was like, I hope they actually get the money. I hope that kid gets the money he's promised. So the other coaches,
but they ain't letting it go.
They don't give a fuck. They're like, he a lying Negro. They said he lying.
Oh, don't be mad because he played the game better than you did.
Hold on. I don't do ads on me, but they make me do ads sometimes. So hold on. So while they pouting some of these coaches and fans about him getting this player, this is another thing that just literally the second that decision was made by that young guy, this is what immediately came behind it.
This is what they do. They put laws and policies in place to
hold niggas back. New Florida bill would allow schools to facilitate NIL deals. The bill, which is filed hours after Florida State lost its top recruit to Jackson State, would strike language that prohibited schools from causing compensation to be directed to athletes. So basically what they're saying is Sanders can't promise the kid money through Barstool. That's what they're saying.
You see how valuable you are?
Well, they make a law.
You so valuable, black man, that laws and policies and stuff get changed based around you.
Your movement.
Because you're so valuable. You're worth more than money. That's why they can't let you go.
Oh, man.
The whole country is bankrupt.
The 53-year-old Florida State representative filed a new bill Wednesday to amend the state's name, image, likeness law, making it easier for the Sunshine State schools to facilitate NIL deals for their athletes. But it not come as a response, he says, to Florida State losing its high-profile recruit to Jackson State and one of the biggest stunners in history of the National Signing Day. The timing was just coincidental. He's been working on a new bill for nearly 6 months. I don't even realize it was National Signing Day.
So he been working on that bill for 6 months?
And it just happened to happen right after signing day.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, all right, man.
Now that's bullshit. We can sniff that.
Yeah. We don't got to read no more of that.
We can put 2 and 2 together with that one. That's easy.
This is what this is the clip on the show from the locker room of Deion Sanders. And this clip went viral, and I saw one guy say, man, I run through a brick wall. If he plays, this is the type of coach he run through a brick wall for. I want to show you how Coach Prime motivate his team.
Believe in you, and you know how I always ended. Now give me my thing.
Wow.
I had to play that. Oh man. Gotta love Deion Sanders.
The other people like, I can't believe he's saying that word.
Isn't he a Christian man? But shout out to the HBCUs. Now the question we gotta ask why I brought this topic up. Does this influence the future of HBCUs, you think?
I think you're gonna have a small.
I'm hold on. I'm not saying number one overall. I'm saying like 4 stars. There's 5 stars you can get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I think that you're gonna have a small. Remember, I think Master P's son also went to HBCU.
Well, now some trouble going on with that. I think he
may not be going to HBCU.
I think he's switching colleges. But yeah, there's some trouble going on with that because I think they said something happened with an injury or something. He's not getting play time or I don't know. But yeah, he went to HBCU.
Damn.
You brought up that example. It ain't really working out. I hope that don't happen with this guy. Let's just say that.
Well, I think it's a positive thing for them to go to HBCUs because it brings money to the school. It brings attention to the school.
Yeah. Well, another thing that people are thinking is if you get enough of these high-profile athletes to go to these colleges, particularly if you're getting 5 stars and 4 stars, at some point, some of this TV money that's going to these Power 5 schools got to go to these FCS schools. At some point, these HBCUs got to get some TV money, and they know it's a slippery slope. Once you get how they say it, you let one in, the rest come. So,
you would think though I know that they have probably better opportunities when they go to these other schools, but you would think them being black that they would go to HBCU.
Well, I'm not gonna put that type of pressure on these dudes because, like I said before, you were able to make money off your name, your image, and likeness. Let's be honest, a lot of them, not all of them, they like to spread this bullshit that a lot of these, particularly football players, come from these single parent homes when most of them come from middle class homes. Most of them come from 2-parent middle class homes. Not all of them, but it's not as a majority as they make it out to be. But some of these dudes come from backgrounds where they can't make that type of decision. Like they need rent money. Got to help mama with the bills. So they make a decision based off the highest bidder. Who can give me the most money? Who can do the most for my family? So I'm not going to put the pressure on them that they should make the decision to go to a HBCU when their family is struggling. So I'm not going to put that on them. Although there is some pressure on Jackson State now. You got the #1 recruit. Regardless of why he went there, we think it's just because of Deion Sanders, or if you think it's because of the money they were offered, he allegedly got from Barstool. There's pressure now on him to succeed as well as Deion Sanders and that team.
Yeah.
So
there's pressure.
There's pressure. He won't feel it because right now it's just the praise that he went there. But next season, it's gonna be crazy pressure to be outstanding
for him to deliver.
Not just him, the team. Deion Sanders because this year they're 11-1. They have a bowl game coming up. Let's say next year they end up with, instead of 1 loss, 3. Just 3. Just 2 extra losses. It's gonna be like, oh man, let's take a step back. You got the #1 recruit and take a step back. It can go bad real quick. So hopefully it doesn't. Like I said, shout out to the HBCUs and let's see where this goes in the future. We can only hope for good things anyway. But yeah, let's go to the next topic. This is a very stark change in conversation.
Speaking of snow bunnies.
Hold on. Damn. Hold on. You grabbed something from 5 minutes ago as a segue that it is. All right. Good job. Okay. Louisiana judge got caught up. This could be that was the name of the last episode, wouldn't it? But city court judge in Louisiana got in a situation right now because of some comments she made after an incident. A Louisiana judge is on unpaid leave and facing pressure to resign after a home video with racist language surfaced.
I can't believe she's under unpaid leave.
Yeah, I'm surprised they ain't just paid leave. But a judge in Lafayette, Louisiana is taking a leave of absence. I said absence. Wait, she's taking it or did they force it?
Yeah, she's taking it.
Yes, it's taking a leave of absence and facing calls for her resignation after a video with racist language recorded.
When somebody is taking a leave of absence, that means that they left.
Yeah, so that's kind of.
So that's why she's getting unpaid leave because she chose to leave.
I wonder, did they even tell her to step down or go take a leave of absence? Did they even ask her, or did she just do it herself?
She's trying to get that pressure off her ass.
But here's the article right here. A judge, we already read that. A lawyer and city court judge, Michelle Odinet, told the Arcadia Advocate she feels humiliated, embarrassed, and sorry for what
A Louisiana judge is blaming sedatives for the onslaught of rape.
I can read, lady. Chill out.
Somebody gonna say, can you? We'd rather hear that lady talk about it than hear you read.
She feels humiliated, embarrassed, and sorry for what she has done and the harm she has caused to the community. She is taking and is taking unpaid leave. What happens in the long term is something she's going to think about in the weeks to come, said a statement by Dan Call, and confirmed the details to CNN. The video appearing to show the surveillance footage of an outdoor altercation with a burglary suspect being played on the television while people who are not visible view and comment on the footage using racist language, was shared to local media in Lafayette and is now being shared widely across social media.
That Arcadia advocate, Arcadia, that's French. That's that French dude. That's who Beyonce's mom. That's her ancestor. That French Cajun dude.
Oh, you from Arcadia?
Arcadia. That's what they
that's
are.
Also, we can go deep into
that's that's Beyonce's mother's side relatives.
All right, I'm gonna show y'all the clip. Here's the clip here.
They're like, pull up.
Mom goes, why are the lights to your
When I pull up in the whip, they be saying, God damn.
Why are your lights on? They're like, pull up.
And mom's yelling, nigger! Nigger!
Henry, have a nigger. It's a nigger. Like a roach.
Look, I told
you know what? They always call us roaches.
And she sound like a damn valley girl. That's what's funny. But now this is a judge. Now apparently there was an attempted burglary, a robbery, and the person was held down, and the cops came and picked them up. And while reacting to the footage, they was saying this stuff. Now she blamed this on being on sedatives. She's like, "Oh, I was, my son and was going on about it, and we had just went through a stressful event, and I was on sedatives, and I can't help it."
All them lies she was telling. Lie.
She threw in a roach in there just.
Oh, let me tell you about roaches. They love calling black people roaches. Let me tell you. They said that if there was a bomb, that roaches would survive.
Yeah.
So when the Most High come through and destroy this thing,
guess who's
some
gonna survive?
of us still gonna be here surviving.
Only the roaches gonna be here.
The roaches gonna be here. All the other pesticides are gonna be fucking gone.
The pestilence gonna be up out of here. But yeah, at first she said she didn't remember it and all these other things. And now keep in mind, this woman is a judge. Now, does that mean that right now, because of that footage, that they can go back to all the cases he's judged and say there might have been racial bias? Was it based
on a racial bias?
Every black man she's ever judged, can they now go back and say, "Hey, man, these comments show she could have had bias towards you"? How flippantly, how easily she could just nigger, roach. How quickly that was just
somebody, black man come in the courtroom, roach.
Yeah, in her mind, another roach.
She go in their chamber, fucking roaches out there. Can you imagine that shit?
When they call them
that's
snow
what the
roaches,
fuck she be saying.
They call them snow roaches. So most of the things you hear black people say is like snow, mayo. Put it in front of it and it's them. But yeah, that's a crazy case. That's a crazy situation. Like I said, she took the leave herself. I think she did that to show, I have, regret for it. I'll leave myself. I'll do it. I know I was wrong.
Is she married?
Yeah, I think she's married. Yeah.
Oh.
So, like I said, I would have, whatever happens there, it don't really matter. I would imagine, knowing this world, where it happens, she gonna go right back in there and act like nothing happened. She's gonna do some apology.
You go and adopt a black kid.
Oh Lord.
Or have an affair.
Now you just turn it up. You just turn it up for no reason right there.
They do things.
But now, I would imagine they're gonna go back and look up a lot of her old cases and see if there may have been racial bias in the situations. But this is what's going on now. This is the age of exposure. This is the judge. Now imagine a police officer. What are they saying?
Oh, they saying same shit she's saying.
You see what's going on right now with Kobe Bryant's Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife. She going around. She's accusing the police officers allegedly. And we know LA is known for this. Actually, they took a picture of Kobe Bryant's deceased body and started sending it around amongst their little crew, laughing about it. And that's nothing new. It is a fact that particularly, I saw a documentary on this, particularly amongst LA officers, LAPD, they're known for taking pictures of these people they kill or dead bodies and like making jokes about it through text messages and private messaging. They're known for this. That's why these people are sociopaths. They're psychopaths, not even just sociopaths.
They just wicked.
They how do you? I guess you could make the argument the same way you have a coroner who used to being around certain bodies. That we're
not even gonna talk about what the coroners be doing.
Yeah.
What's that? What's it called?
What?
We like having sex with dead bodies. Necrophilia.
Yeah.
There's a lot of necrophilia that be going on in the corners.
Yeah, they some disgusting people. But you have to have a certain mind to even go into that field. Like you around.
Who
death
want to be around the dead
all day? Like, that's all you do. But yeah, back to the point. We'll see what happens with her. I think she'll probably just move on about her life, but they got to look at those cases.
Yep.
And as I said, what do you think the officers be saying? The lawyers who they'll tell you they work for the court. Your lawyer works for the court. What do they think when they got to defend a black man? Like, this whole system, bruh. The whole system is useless at this point. Well, I'm sorry, it's not useless. It works the way it was built to, work. Let's go to the next topic. Yep, you see her.
I'm back, baby.
We'll get to her. Don't start with her yet. We'll get to it.
Guess who's back?
I ain't see it coming. I'll be honest.
I told you it was coming, and you doubted me.
We're not gonna go there yet. Senate Democrats may pull a switcheroo to punt Biden's big spending bill into 2022 in favor of a last ditch push for voting rights legislation.
Not the old switcheroo.
Switcheroni. Senate Democrats' chances to pass President Joe Biden's Build Back Better economic agenda by Christmas were in renewed jeopardy on Wednesday, reflecting a rift between Senator Joe Manchin. They letting this one white dude. They're purposely making him the scapegoat to why they can't get anything through. We got a guy we told you to vote for. By the way, you can go back. They told you to vote for this dude. Vote blue, no matter who. They told you to vote for him. And the second, what's that runoff that happened in Georgia? The second they won, I remember immediately seeing an article saying the Democrats may have a problem with Joe Manchin. It was like, wait, y'all told people vote blue. You told people to vote for this particular man, Joe Manchin. Now you're saying he's the reason why nothing you want can pass.
I told you to vote for whoever you feel like gonna get the job done. It don't matter whether they're red or blue.
Exactly. You vote for an agenda. You don't vote for people.
You vote for your best interest.
Well, your people's, your group's best interest.
Exactly.
That's what it takes. You can't vote on individual because you should vote for the best for your group. But that kind of get lost in America where everybody is told they're an individual part of parts of a group.
The only people that are told they're individuals is black people. Everybody else know you vote for your community.
Yeah, that's true. So now they're saying that bill that they want that Build Back Better bill that's not going to get through. You see here, well, you're not going to see this one. Biden's Build Back Better bill is suddenly in serious danger.
No, it's not.
President Biden's $2 trillion climate change and social spending bill, which appeared to have strong momentum when it passed the House a month ago, now appears to be in real danger of collapsing in the Senate. The Democratic senators now concede there is no chance of passing the Build Back Better Act before the end of this year, as they had hoped. A Senate Republican aide on Thursday said that Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer and Republicans are close to a deal to confirm a block of nominees and hold some others over until January, which would clear the Senate calendar for the rest of 2021 and allow senators to go home for Christmas. Remember when there was a real problem going on and these motherfuckers took their vacation? They just take their vacations like.
Tell me they want to get out of there so they can go home for that bullshit holiday. That's a fake holiday. Christmas is one fucking day.
But here's how they're gonna fix what's going on. So we know that Kamala Harris is very much liked. We know this. We know Kamala Harris isn't liked. We know Joe Biden isn't liked. We know that's another person. Amy Schumer, is she liked? I don't really know if I can say she's a liked person.
Elizabeth Warren is finished.
Elizabeth Warren, she ain't got
Bernie Sanders is finished.
Old.
Nobody don't like Pete Buttigieg.
So who's gonna run?
I told you Hillary wasn't done.
Wait. So I told you, I told you this at the beginning of the year, I think. Maybe no.
What?
I had it that told you this around summertime.
Told me what?
Maybe I didn't tell you this, but I already thought it. That I believe. What's her name in Atlanta? Keisha Bottoms is gonna run for president.
You said she was gonna. Last week we were talking about her and
Tim Scott. So I'm talking about the Democrats right now.
No, we talk about Keisha and Kamala on the same ticket, weren't we?
No, that we were asking if that would make sense for the person that underneath you to be more popular.
Yeah.
No, we talking Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama
and
Kamala Harris.
So this website, maybe it's just this publication. They just spitball and send anybody out there who can possibly win. So they say Michelle Obama, and I said Michelle Obama, she might actually can win presidency.
What about if Hillary Clinton put Michelle Obama on her ticket as vice president?
No. Hillary Clinton is so toxic, you're not winning with her. If they put Hillary out there again, Donald, the same way Biden got 80-something million votes, Donald Trump would get 90. He would break the record.
So you think Donald Trump gonna run again?
Yes.
I thought you said you didn't think he was gonna run again.
Because of certain things that have happened, I do believe things can still happen in 2022. It's going to be known next year. We're going to know next year.
I told you, Hillary Clinton ain't done. That woman.
And there you go. So now,
Hillary Clinton really believes
she should be president.
She is meant to be the first female president. Okay, Kamala got the first vice president for female. But Hillary said the big joker.
The big joker got to be a white woman.
That's for her. It got to be a white woman. Hillary said, ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no way.
We're letting some coolie.
No. What would you call her? What's the Jamaican? No, dreaded coolie.
Become fucking president. Hillary said, over my dead fucking body. And believe me, plenty of people have tried. They don't call us the Arkansas Massacre bitch for nothing.
You said killery or cookery.
You know I had to put up with Bill's fucking ass for all these years.
Yeah,
I wanted a hoe.
Oh, you do got a hoe. What's the Aberdeen? What's that woman name? What's that woman name?
Hillary said, I like tits.
The one that's married to the dude Anthony Weiner.
I don't know.
You look at Anthony Weiner's wife. That's Hillary Clinton's boo. But Hillary 2024, given the competition, she may be the Dems' best hope. Now this is the opinion piece, but you gotta understand when these people put out these opinion pieces, a lot of times they be testing the waters. There's probably somebody connected to her campaign or probably already started her campaign. Probably somebody connected to her that said, put this little piece out and see the reaction. From what I saw, there's a lot of people that's like, no, just go.
Hillary said, I got that hot sauce in my bag.
I can't believe they let her get away with that shit. Hold on, let's talk. We hold on. This is good. We saw Hillary Clinton go to the Breakfast Club and pull out a bottle of hot sauce.
It won't Texas Pete, so she didn't have me.
She literally was. She got that from a song by Beyonce.
Beyonce. I got hot sauce in my bag. Swag.
Then we saw this is how, and she still got a majority black vote. Then we saw Joe Biden go on the Breakfast Club and say, if you don't vote for
once
me,
again,
you
Charlemagne.
ain't black.
Charlemagne is the fucking I guess he's a test. He's one you go through.
They use him.
Told him to his face, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black.
And you still.
And Charlemagne didn't say shit.
And you still voted for him.
Charlemagne's supposed to say, get your white ass out of here.
The man said, are we going to forget that weird tangent he went on when he was talking about his hairy legs? And said, I'm used to being around kids. They like to touch my leg because it's hairy, and, roaches. He brought up roaches, talking about black kids. That's the point. Are we going to forget the crazy shit this man said? All right. Anyway, there may be a rematch coming in 2024 race of the White House, but we're not talking, God help us, Biden, Trump too. Instead, 2016 Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton is an interesting prospect to consider. She's still a prospect. She ran, 3 times now? She's not a prospect no more. Considered when looking for a viable candidate, particularly of an 80-something president, Biden does not seek to a second term. And according to the
Biden
poll,
didn't get no second term.
You about to see. According to the poll, it doesn't get much better when polling only Democrats, with just 36%, 22% are willing to vote for him for a second term. And when you just consider the Democrats, where just 36% want to see the president run again, with the juggernaut candidate named someone else coming in first with 44%. Look at this.
That's terrible.
So 44% said they want someone else, 36% said they want Biden, and 20% said they're unsure. Now these polls sometimes, we don't know who did this, but a cast of heavy hitters for Gavin Newsom final anti-recall pitch. That was older, obviously, when that happened. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, not even 40 years old, and has a supply chain crisis on his resume. Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Cory Booker. If those are the options, why not Hillary? She's 74 years old, which is like being bathed in a fountain of youth compared to Biden, and she's still stunned. Wait, did he just diss Biden's obvious mental?
Well, hold on. She was doing that whole
remember she was
neck
fainting?
Talking about
They said she was having flashes or something.
My
5 years later, that she actually lost it down to Trump. In fact, she sounds no different than Trump and constantly complaining about all the reasons she lost and that, well, the election was stolen by Trump and the Russians anyway. That type of rhetoric is a big no-no for Trump. But A-OK if Hillary or Stacey Abrams does it. Rules are rules. Now, he's right. Hillary Clinton is still going around saying the election was stolen from her. Same thing as Stacey Abrams when it took her forever to drop out of that race because she swore it got stolen. But Trump said it's stolen, and it's like, he's a loony. What's wrong with this guy?
Yep. I can't believe Pete Buttigieg is not 40.
Yeah.
That man look over 40.
So what she's been telling candidates who went to her, you can run the best campaign you ever you can ever become you can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you. Bill and Hill. So you're allowed to say that if you Hillary Clinton, but you can't say that if you know
Donald Trump.
Are we going to give are we going to give into all these lies and disinformation of this organized effort to undermine our rule of law and institutions? Are we going to stand up to it? Clinton recently warned regarding the possibility of Trump taking back the White House. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the stuff that's going on right now in politics is them trying to stop Trump from running again.
That was what the whole insurrection was about.
No, it's still going on. That entire thing is about not letting him run again. Now, instead of doing something where people won't vote for him, they'll choose you. You instead would rather just stop him from even being able to run.
Because they not going to do shit. They don't plan on doing shit for you.
Have you asked yourself why don't people want to vote for him? Why do they want to vote for him? Maybe answer that question and you won't have to do all this other shit.
Their way of getting, is knocking out the competition, not introducing laws and policies that's going to benefit and help people in the country.
Let me tell you a reason. I'm going to tell you one reason why these people want to vote for Trump. People like this, Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi is just as bad as Biden. She losing her fucking marbles too.
So a person asked Nancy Pelosi, should people in Congress be able to trade stocks basically? Even though they have insider information, should they be allowed? Now, we know what Nancy said. I'm going to show you. This is part of the reason why people don't like these people. Look at this shit.
Madam Speaker, Insider just completed a 5-month investigation finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that, and secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be. Because this is a free market and we're a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
Now, keep in mind, this is a career politician who worth $100 million. So,
who also owns, was she on a pizza business?
Oh, they always own something.
Pizza? Let that go over your head.
No, just leave it at that. Because
and then Gavin Newsom is her nephew.
Yep.
Damn.
Nepotism. They're trying to create these damn oligarchy families, man. Just people that come in. How do you become worth $100 million as a politician? Don't they make like $100K, $90K, something like that? I think they make just 6 figures. How do you don't worth $100 million?
They actually the lower end of the middle class.
Yeah, well they'd be like upper middle class politics. Well,
no,
I know some of them have problems finding somewhere to stay.
Damn,
who was that? It was a politician that was staying on the couch with somebody else. And they was like, they should have welfare homes for politicians in Washington,
well, I
DC.
would think honestly, to be honest with you, I would think that they would have a neighborhood designated to the politicians in Washington, D.C.
You can't redo that because now you're creating a buffer class. You're not separating them. You don't want to do that.
Why?
Because it can create a perception that they're outside
That's what they're doing for teachers, to get teachers to, that's where we're from. They have a neighborhood for teachers to give them an incentive to want to teach school. What is the difference? They have retirement livings up here.
Well, they don't make legislation. They don't pass.
They have retirement living places here for older people who were teachers. They go to this place to live.
But
so
they're
not
passing.
buffer class?
They're not passing legislation and stuff.
They don't have nothing to do with them living in the same neighborhood, though.
I mean, okay. I'm not going to.
They don't want to. I mean, they don't want to. If a damn person is staying at somebody's house, they clearly not making enough money.
No, it's not that they broke. It's just that like I'm not finna pay rent. I'm not finna buy a house in Washington because
I live somewhere
all politicians. You have to have 2 homes. You have to have a place to live in D.C. and wherever state you're from.
So that's what I'm saying. When they in D.C.,
I just said what you said.
They have a designated area for them.
Yeah.
But when you off in your own state, that hey, that's your own business. But if you come to D.C., we'll provide you with some housing.
I just said what you said. A welfare housing.
Well, what did you think I was saying in the beginning?
Because you were saying they need to have a neighborhood, like a buffer, like separate. I don't mean a neighborhood. I mean apartment building.
Yeah, they can have apartment building or houses.
No, not houses. Apartment building.
Why not houses?
Because that's a certain what's the word I'm looking for?
Here you go.
Well, you put them in a private neighborhood. You want to put them
in fucking.
It's gonna be a gated community.
Good times.
It's gonna be a gated community.
Probably so.
Exactly. Instead of just throw their ass.
Well, they gonna make the apartment place gated community for them too.
No, you can swipe a damn card.
You want them to be living in a good times building.
That's what they deserve. Damn it. But let me go ahead and show this. The new fear of the Democrats.
The new fear of the Democrats or the new fear of the black woman?
Oh, here you go. You had to get it in. He got his day. He got his weekly jab in.
I love him.
You better say that.
How does this have to relate to us?
So we talked about that already. Hillary, look at that.
Such a devious look. Yeah, she's like, I'm back. Ain't never left. Ain't going nowhere.
So, let me
wicked ass old woman.
Yeah, she is something else. All right, hold on.
And Kamala thought she can really take Hillary's spot.
Hillary said, you thought you can replace me?
Hillary said, bitch, you out your mind.
Look at this. Democrats worry their grip on Hispanic vote is loosening. Have they ever had a
They never had their fucking vote.
Have they ever had a grip on it, or did they just get the majority more often? Don't they average like 70-some% with Hispanic voters or something like that? Is that really a grip?
I thought it was the
60s,
mid 60s,
something like that. Is that really a grip over?
That's not a grip. I tell you who you got a grip on though.
You got a hold on them.
But I ain't gonna say nothing.
Democrats are worried they could be losing their electoral grip on Hispanics, the country's second largest voter bloc by ethnicity. A Wall Street Journal poll recently last week showed Hispanic voters evenly split between Democrats and Republicans. And while the poll's data faced substantial questions over the tiny sample size, the results sounded the alarm bells among Democrats nonetheless. I think that both parties should always have a sense of urgency in communicating with Hispanic Latinos. He separated it. A Democratic lobbyist and former executive director of the Hispanic Leadership Council on the Democratic National Committee. Do I think that Democrats' heads should be on fire over this issue? Yeah, I do. I think that their heads should be on fire over the issue every day, regardless of what the polls say. The poll is just the latest data point that shows the growing sympathy among Hispanics towards Republican messaging. Democrats lost the state of Florida and Texas in the 2020 presidential race. They were disappointed with some of the results from Hispanic voters. President Biden still won 63% of the Latino vote in 2020, raised nearly 30% of the points more than former President Trump.
It's 63.
But the journal polls offered troublesome signs showing that just 44% of Hispanics would vote for Biden if the 44, damn, if the 2024 presidential election was held today, and 43% would vote for Trump. In the recent presidential elections, Democratic candidates have done about as well as Biden in 2020, but former President George W. Bush did fairly well with his Hispanic voters as recently as 2004.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
They businesses.
What do you mean?
Like, he fucking with their businesses. There's a people that got to get mandates.
Yeah, mandates, yeah.
The mandates, it's hard for them, to get their burritos and
here you go.
Their shipments and stuff coming in for their food and stuff.
Here you go. According to the Pew Hispanic Center, 40% of Hispanic vote went to Bush that year compared to 58% for the Democratic nominee John Kerry. The various figures suggest Democrats should not take a large lead with Hispanic voters for granted. And Zappin said that whichever party can communicate best Hispanic votes or figuring out what's on their mind is likely to increase the share of Hispanic votes going forward. Now, there's a big deal going on right now.
When we going to get an article saying that the Democrats
are losing with the black vote.
Community.
Well, we read a couple of those the last couple of weeks. But now, here's what's going on right now in America. We said it since 2016. They've been trying to pivot away from relying on the black vote. The demographic of the black in these black communities is shrinking because they're being, let's be honest, they're being inundated with a whole bunch of illegals. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yep.
A whole bunch. Look at was it Compton or one of those Oakland, one of those cities in Cali.
Compton.
It used to be a black. It's known for being black, not Hispanic. They're
Oakland.
pushing the black people out,
Known for being black. Yeah.
and that's leading to the maps being redrawn. And there's a big thing going on right now. New York, there's a movement I'm seeing from, I think that was Be the Power, Friedman. They made an argument that black people need to leave New York and some of these other states and move down south to give black people some political strength in a couple of states. Do you agree with that?
I don't know if we want them down south, to be honest with you.
Let's just look at it from that point, just political power. Should we see black people moving down south?
The question is, are they going to come in and build on that movement?
Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm about to show you a video that's going to show that there's a war going on in the political sphere between the black people and the Hispanics or the Latinos. The Latinos population is growing, and in certain cities, the black population is getting smaller, where people are leaving or people just not having as many kids, but the population is shrinking in some of these areas. They still got a majority, at least they still got the black footprint there, but it's shrinking. And so there's starting to be a debate over how the map should be drawn that give power to certain demographics. Now, if you look at this right here, this is a guy, I want to show this video, but this is what this guy commented on Twitter. This is what he said. He said, illegal alien Latino census hustle. Number 1, flood your city with illegal aliens. Number 2, use Democrat nonprofits to get them all counted. We've seen that, them trying to get illegal aliens counted in the census. And we see in New York, them trying to get non-citizens of ability to vote in local elections.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, redraw political maps to favor Latinos. Number 4, give non-citizens the right to vote.
Which is what they're doing in New York.
Yeah.
It's 800,000.
5, black political power is erased. Example, New York, Cali, and next, Chicago. So
what two states would be talking about the most? New York and California.
Let me show the video of this woman.
Keep them Negroes there.
Let me show you the video of her talking about the political maps and how they're trying to redraw them to where instead of getting 14 sections, the Latinos want 15.
What?
She's going to explain it. Watch this.
The Latino caucus moved to force a referendum on ward maps. Fill us in here.
Well, it really ratchets up the tension between the Black caucus and the Latino caucus in this fight over the map, which will shape politics in Chicago for the next decade and really determine the balance of power on the city council between Black aldermen, Latino aldermen, and potentially even an Asian alderman representing a newly created ward with a majority of Asian American voters. What happened today doesn't make a referendum certain, but it certainly moves us one step closer to what everybody at City Hall has been calling the nuclear option.
So if City Council does not get 41 votes by late spring, Heather, then there will be a referendum. But there's still a long way to go here. And briefly, Black caucus, Latino caucus, what is each caucus fighting for in their version of the map?
Well, it all comes down to the number of wards controlled by the majority of Black voters or Latino voters. The Black caucus map would create 14 wards with a majority of Latino voters. But the Latino caucus says they will not settle for anything less than the 15 wards of majority Latino voters that its map creates. And it's a zero-sum game. Either there's 14 Latino wards or there's 15 Latino wards, and that's going to come at the expense of the Black caucus, which is struggling to hang on to political power in a city that is seeing its demographics change significantly.
A lot more negotiating to go here. And recap for us how the city got to this point.
Well, every 10 years, the results of the census require the city to redraw its ward map. And this year, that means that politicians are having to grapple with the fact that, as I said, Chicago's Black population is dropping nearly 10% in the past decade, while the city's Latino population has jumped 5%, while the Asian population in Chicago has soared 30%. It's a very different city, and people are really grappling with how to best represent that.
So
they're trying to erase you.
Hold on, this is the guy who said this. He got his at right here, Nas Escobar 316. That's who said that. Okay. So we see why they're pivoting away from the black vote in certain cities now. Because the black population in certain cities is starting to gain and don't have as much power, except down south.
Because you have a lot of people that move back down south.
So that goes back to, should we see a wave of black people moving to the south? Give up on,
I think we already see a wave of black people move to the south.
I'm saying, should it be a political decision, not just I'm going to the south because the rent high?
Do we want?
It shouldn't be. Should it be I'm going to the south because the rent high, or should it be I'm going to the south because we can build? We can
Definitely, I'm going to the south because we can build.
Because those 40 acres and a mule we owed, and those states we wanted to negotiate for, we can go take them states. We ain't got to ask for them. You can literally just get the black population to move to those Alabama, Georgia, was it Alabama, Georgia, Florida,
Texas,
and well, I guess would you count Texas or New Orleans? Okay, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina. Let's just say those four. I'm just naming four southern states. And let's say we get a chunk of the black population to move to one of those four states. Without owning them, you will own them. Without even owning them, you will own them.
Well, Alabama's already majority black.
But I'm saying, without even owning it, you can still own it with power. You would dominate the political sphere because all the candidates will be black.
They'll do something. They'll flood the illegal immigrants into the South.
Well, see, that wouldn't work because you flood them down south, it'll be overwhelmingly black. They would stop them from moving into their neighborhoods. If we packed already, we can't let nobody how we gonna kick somebody who black out?
Yeah,
it'd be hard for them to get in. Because people in Atlanta say they already full. Don't come down here. We full.
So Georgia's not an option.
No, Georgia is still. You got Savannah.
No.
You got Decatur. You got a couple places. You got Alabama. You got South Carolina.
Alabama's already full of black people.
You got South Carolina.
You can go to North Carolina too.
No, we said 4. So now you're trying to lump North Carolina in with it.
I don't know about. It's hard for me to say Louisiana because they got a lot of witchcraft going on in that state.
Shit,
and our black people don't need to be influenced by that.
That's a lot of witchcraft going on in Carolina.
Who?
North Carolina. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. Stop lying on that state.
All right. Let me show y'all something else. Now, see, there's a power struggle going on, particularly like he said, California, New York, Chicago. They can't touch Texas because anybody who moved to Texas, your politics is already a certain way. You going to Texas because you want open carry laws. You want
to have open season on somebody's ass.
So they can't get Texas. White people, they got that locked down. Florida, it's they get Florida, but
not really.
They can get Florida.
Who?
Any group. If black people in mass move to Florida, you can get it. You can take over politically.
Oh, you just got to be, worried that you might have boats pulling up and people jumping off boats
and running
on the beach.
All right, let me show this. Queens Republican pushed back against non-citizen voting bill ahead of council vote. Now this is in New York. So the Republicans, you see them Negroes and you see them black Republicans, they're saying no. Some people can see this is going to negatively impact us.
They're doing that to erase you.
We're going to lose political capital, or should I say political influence.
Yeah.
Certain people already see how the game has been played. Like I said, I think New York is done. New York is done.
California done too.
Yeah, New York and California is done. You lost. It's over. Harlem, I'm sorry. We know historic. You got to let it go.
Yeah.
Harlem and
it's
Brooklyn.
Really Spanish Harlem.
Yeah, you got to let Harlem and stuff go. Now, I know some niggas gonna be like, hell no, Harlem is ours.
Nope.
You got to let it go.
Sorry. Y'all got to come to the South.
They already gentrifying it. We know when they start bringing in, what do you call it, Whole Foods and stuff, Starbucks, you already know what's happening. Well, it started with that damn stadium in Brooklyn, the Net Stadium, Barclays. It started that with Jay-Z, who pushed that through, by the way. He helped gentrify and then dipped and just left it.
He fulfilled his role.
But, we'll move on. Now you got all these white people walking around with their lattes. Hey, remember that video we saw of the dude playing music in his neighborhood? And the white woman, turn their music down. It's like, this is our neighborhood.
Did she keep calling the cops?
I think she did call the cops, and he was just like, "Man, this is my neighborhood. You
And when
can't
the
tell
police
me how to
came
play
there,
my music."
and that's what he told the police when
Yeah,
they came
no
there.
black people. It's just this one white lady. How you gonna come into my neighborhood and try to change how we operate?
I told you they feel so bold. You know they're supposed to be so scared of black people though.
No, they ain't scared of black people.
That's fake.
That's fake. They're not scared of you. All right, let me next topic. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Look at Hillary.
Hey Hillary.
Hillary, wicked ass.
Hey sexy.
Yo, get your ass for that. Now look at this. Vice President reveals $8.7 billion for lending in minority communities. The U.S. Treasury Department announced Tuesday the release of $8.7 billion to help increase lending to small and minority-owned businesses and people living in poor communities with limited access to banking. The yelling woman, remember, she's Jewish, and remember, Kamala Harris's husband
is Jewish.
I'm just saying.
The shillings.
Hold on. All right. So now we got to get into this idea. We're going to talk about it again. Around the country, we're starting to see this claim for reparations. People are starting to paint reparations as anything that, they're doing anything they're supposed to do, and they're painting it as reparations now. So we're going to go through this right here first. You see here, the funds for the Emergency Capital Investment Program, which was created this year, would go into 186 communities, community-based financial institutions. The Vice President Kamala Harris and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen discussed the investment in remarks at the Freedmen's Bank Forum, which was hosted by the Treasury Department. Do y'all know the Freedmen Bank? The Freedmen Banks are the banks that was owned by black people that got robbed by the country. Billions stolen. And they're going to name it the Freedmen's Bank Forum. Freedmen, that's you, black people. That's you. But they're doing this for minority-owned businesses.
Which means?
They taking a term that belonged to you and twisted it so they can fund everybody. Freedmen's Bank is you.
Told y'all, you can't ever have anything. Every time you have something, you have to include everybody else.
Now, even though it says minority-owned community, look at the quote, though.
It's always black.
The wealth gap persists today, and the home ownership gap persists, Harris said on the need for the investments. Black entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to report a lack of access to capital negative affects their profit margins.
But you said minority.
But you said minorities. But
Every
you
time.
use black people. Yellen stressed that there will be a direct link between the money being provided in businesses and local communities, saying that she recently met the owner of a tea company in Atlanta called Just Add Honey, who lacked the financial credit to keep all her shops open during the pandemic. Here is very easy to connect the policy with the personal, Yellen said. What this would do is prevent small business owners of color from closing 2 of their locations, and better yet, it will help people open 2 more.
You know what? It's y'all. Why do y'all do? You go minority
to black.
You go color.
Y'all twisting
you
it,
black.
mix it
It's
up.
like you mixing it all in one big
It's like
gumbo
a
pot.
It's like a soup. They just
You
mix
have
everything.
to you have to distinguish and specify who you talking to.
Black Americans represent 13.4% of the U.S. population, yet Federal Reserve figures show they control just 4.3% of household wealth. More than half of the black household wealth is from the form of pension entitlements, which cannot be passed along to future generations. This inequality makes it harder for people living in predominantly black communities to qualify for business loans and mortgages in ways that could help build their net worth. The $8.7 billion will be going to institutional headquarters in 36 states, as well as Guam and Washington, D.C. Roughly 54% of the funds is going to banks and 46% to credit unions. The distribution will range from more than $200 million for the largest institutions to less than $100,000 for small ones. Now, they said it's for minorities, but they talk black in the article. That's how that's the tricknology. Our quotes, our language is going to be black, 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 but in the actual bill, it's going to be minority, people of color.
And you be having black people walking around saying people of color.
Oh, God. Let's look at another one. Another reparations quote unquote claim. Hold on. These are going on all across the country. It's almost like there's a
cry
going on.
A cry.
The cry. Prepare. All right, hold on. Man, get the hell off the screen.
People like, you come to our fucking website getting information.
Fuck.
You wait.
Asheville pushes reparations deadline after residents request only 12 applications. Oh, let me read that again. Asheville pushes reparations deadline after resident requests only 12 applications. In a process that largely plagued with fits and starts and criticisms about its price tag to date, Asheville has extended its application deadline for the Community Reparations Commission. The 25-member board that would drive the city's historic reparations process to compensate black residents for centuries of inequalities. Renee White, president of Historically Black East End Valley Street Neighborhood Association, is one of the residents who supported the time extension from the city. White can still see the foundation of her grandmother's house decades after its demolition, bricks coming up through the earth of an empty lot of Heidenbrand Street and Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and East End.
I swear everybody got a street named Martin Luther King Drive.
And usually, let's be honest, it's usually the worst street. It's the most violent.
This is literally King County. They have a Martin Luther King street here.
Yeah. It was torn down during the urban renewal in the 1970s to make ways for the new highway. Though her grandmother was forced to leave and the house was reduced to rubble, the property was never utilized. There's no compensation that will ever be enough, White said, but reparations is a start. White and her other legacy neighborhood leaders, like those of Bourbon Street and Shiloh, will be responsible for nominating 15 seats on the commission. That's a lot of people to talk about getting reparations. Let's talk about it. The impacted neighborhoods that will submit the names of representatives are Burton Street, East End, Valley Street, Heart of Chestnut, Shiloh, Southside, Stumptown, and public housing communities. With the application process originally slated for December 22nd, a number of residents requested the deadline to be extended to December 15th. The city said it would extend the application deadline to January 15th, the second time the process has been delayed. This is a money-making machine, basically.
Yep.
They're hiring people. People are being hired to talk about reparations. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. They're hiring people to talk about the study of reparations,
which is what they're doing in Washington.
Yeah,
they want to have a study.
Yeah,
it ain't nothing to fucking study. I don't understand. You know, y'all have to study for that. You know,
all them other ones. Florida approves scholarship fund as reparations for 1920 massacre. Now, Florida, there's another place that had their Black Wall Street version of their Black Wall Street destroyed, and they're saying they approve scholarship fund as reparations.
Why not money?
So
why not a check?
We'll send you to college,
so you can indoctrinate me more your false bullshit.
Exactly, we can indoctrinate you, but we ain't gonna give you actual.
No,
repair.
I want a check.
This
I want
week,
cash.
Now look. This week, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Now this was hold on. This is June 4th. This was earlier this year. Now look at this. This week, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a state budget bill that includes a scholarship program for descendants of the victims of one of Florida's bloodiest incidents in racial violence. The scholarship is a rare instance of reparations for wrong committed against African Americans in the U.S. and Randolph Bracey OC scholarship program, named after the item sponsor, State Senator Randolph Bracey, will award 50 college scholarships to up to 6,100 for students whose ancestors were victims of the 1920 massacre, an election day bloodbath that targeted black voters in a central Florida city. The bill DeSantis signed makes no explicit mention of the term reparations, an international omission of the part of its sponsor to help pass through the Florida legislature. Other black students in Oakland will also receive eligible funds. The scholarship will be $305,000 recurrent appropriation for the state's general fund and will be available indefinitely, according to Bracey.
That ain't shit. See, I knew DeSantis won't shit. I can't wait till he reveal who he really is.
Oh, when they
a lot of y'all that's been these big supporter of DeSantis because of that mandate shit. He gonna break your heart.
Okay. How we repair it? White Americans' attitudes towards reparations.
We don't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna read the article. I'm just gonna in this article. They go through basically every scenario of white people being against it, why they're against it, ways you can do something that can possibly be called reparations, but not really be it. And I just got to ask the question, why is it whenever the discussion about black people and reparations
we got to
comes
get
up,
white people opinion.
Exactly.
We don't give a fuck about their opinion.
So I wonder, when they send that money over to Israel, do they stop first and say, hey,
No,
Americans?
because they don't give a fuck about white people opinions.
Hold on. Americans, before we send this money over there, not even just Israel, before we send aid to Egypt and all these other countries, how about, do you guys want to vote on who you want to send money to?
No, they send.
What's your
who they
opinion
want
on
to.
this? You just send it to them. But with black people,
You got to go around and get a
poll
poll,
done.
a survey,
you got to have a sit-down discussions,
a town hall meeting,
think tanks.
It's not that fucking easy to come to the conclusion that we deserve reparations.
Oh,
but we
man.
know why. He's not gonna give us our reparations until
it's time to get to us.
it's time for us to get the fuck out of here.
And now look at this. How the Native American population I hate this thing. Like every time I come here, it does this. All right. How the Native American population in the U.S. increased 87% says more about whiteness than about demographics. The Native American population has not grown. So what are they talking about? Bunch of $5 Indians.
Well, they some $5 Indians too. The Mongoloid ones too. They ain't the real Native Americans either.
The Native American population in the U.S. grew by a staggering 86% between 2010 and 2020, according to the latest U.S. Census. A rate demographers say is impossible to achieve without immigration. Birth rates among Native Americans don't explain the massive rise in numbers, and there's certainly no evidence of an influx of Native American expatriates, returning to the U.S. Instead, individuals who previously identified as white are now claiming to be Native American. The growing movement has been catapulted by the term like pretendian and wannabe. Another way to describe this recent adoption of Native American identity is what I call racial shifting. These people are fleeing not from political and social persecution, but from whiteness. I spent 14 years researching the topic and interviewing dozens of race shifters from my book, Becoming Indian. I learned that while some of these people have strong evidence of Native American ancestry, others do not. Yet nearly all the other 45 people who were interviewed or surveyed for the book believe they have indigenous ancestry and that it means something powerful about who they are and how they should live their lives. Only a tiny but troubling number makes blatantly fraudulent claims to advance their own interests. History repeats. Now, we saw this already. We've been talking about the escape from whiteness the last couple.
Rachel Dolezal.
A lot of these people don't want to be this no more because it's not cool no more.
It's not cool to be white. It's a negative thing because all the shit they've done in their past has come back full circle to haunt their ass.
There's been a time when you would see these Caucasians go to other countries and they could do whatever they wanted to do and not get locked up. The term tourism was just them. And they have free reign to go to these countries and do whatever they wanted to do. And now it's falling.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to be a part. They don't want to be a part of it no more. They're trying to move on.
Yeah. They want to. Yeah. Their judgment is coming. That's their natural. Because they know their judgment is coming. Their natural thing to do is try to escape it. But you ain't escaping it. You could turn into whatever you want to turn to. You're still white.
Ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere. Like the lady taking them melanin pills to make her skin dark. That's in the UK.
Oh yeah. She got she was all kind of surgeries though, so she crazy. Now I'm gonna show y'all a video of some alleged. Well, since we talking about the growth of the indigenous community, the growth of the Asian Americans, the growth of the Hispanics, but they're
the same
of the Black American.
The Native Americans and Asian, they same group. They done made that clear.
Look, you can go back to our old videos. We talked about this.
The Asians.
The general of China made a declaration in like early 2000s.
It's more like a manifesto.
Yeah, he said, it was a speech. He said that Indians or Native Americans in America are Asian. And that they're being treated, the yellow people of America. And said that one day that Chinese are going to come and free them. That's what he said. The general... One of the generals.
They already here freeing them.
Huh?
They already here freeing them. The communist shit they got going on in this country right now.
Yeah.
They are Mongoloids.
So I'm going to show a video of an alleged attack. Because, they've been talking about this all year. These black people just.
And I'm going to say
this. Beating on these Asian people. This is all out of nowhere.
Shout out to this black woman. She handled business.
Yeah, she did what she had to do.
Showtime at Apollo.
It went left for that other woman real quick.
Yeah, that's how they do with us. It go left. Y'all do all that talking.
It's funny because right here she's smiling.
Sweet lady.
She's a sweet old lady.
She's a sweet lady.
We being real disingenuous right now.
No, she's sweet.
She was a sweet old lady.
Sweet like sweet tea.
All right, let's show it.
Don't you complain about racism. Every single fucking one of you guys complain about racism.
Who is one of you guys? Who is one of you guys? Yo, wait till I get on my stop, bitch. I'm gonna flatline your ass, bitch. Who is one of these guys, bitch? Who is one of these guys, bitch? Huh? Who is one?
Now she was smiling until the lady said, "You people."
No, when she said, let's say verbatim, she said, "One of you guys."
Yeah, you guys. She said, "Who is you guys?"
One of you guys, and her ear felt like you people.
You people. You niggas. Y'all complain about racism every day, and you're discriminating at me because of my heritage. And she was just sitting there. Now,
she was sitting there minding her business.
Now let's look deeper into this video. What most like, I did not look at the evidence behind the video. What happened? Why didn't argue? But I'm guessing she got on the bus with no mask. The Asian lady got on a mask. I'm 100% sure something was said about her not wearing a mask, and she said, "I ain't wearing no mask. The only reason we gotta wear a mask is because that shit came from China."
The problem was this Asian hoe tried to be an Asian with attitude, and she didn't realize she was dealing with a nigga with attitude. That's the fucking problem. She ready to flatline her ass.
Yeah, that was fair. I'm a flat. Yeah. Let me tell you, that was a threat. Look, I think she went too far because she literally said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, like flatline is like,
like she's, "I'm gonna flatline your ass." Like,
that was like, I'm a flatline.
One of these guys, bitch. Who is you guys, bitch? Who is you guys, bitch?
Lady, back off. You're attacking me and my heritage. I'll attack your fucking heritage.
Back off.
Stop
dick, bitch.
Stop it. Hey.
He touched her first.
Hey. Hey, that is uncalled for. Don't you?
So now she was smiling. She was poking in her face.
Poking the bear.
And then she said, "You guys." She said, "Who is you guys?" And then flipped for her.
She was poking a lioness and she didn't know.
So this tweet was the person who tweeted that video was like, more anti-Asian hate.
That ain't no anti-Asian hate.
Every video is in New York, by the way.
Yeah.
Every last one of those videos in New York. So by the way, the reason why he said it's anti-Asian hate because they are a protected class. They have a bill passed.
Or let's flip this. Okay, let's flip this. Now that other dude in the video was just talking about how Chicago is becoming Asian people has increased by 30% in Chicago, and I guess they're going into black communities.
Maybe so.
So maybe these Asians are moving into black communities just like the Mexicans is doing, and the black people like, oh hell no, we not having this with y'all coming in here trying to boss us around and talk shit to us. We not gonna allow this no more. So maybe that they really are whooping their asses because they doing shit like this.
I don't know. But let's move on to the next topic. This is not even the next topic. This is connected to what we were talking about earlier with the Democratic Party. Now, what I'm about to show you, is proof that they're doing such crazy things right now. They're creating division, and not even the division, they're renaming who's who. And they're using this as a punch, really, a jab for other discussions. And I'll explain what I mean when I say that. Let me show y'all this. Okay. Hundreds of black women in Georgia will get $850 per month in guaranteed income. Now, when I read that title, I go, wow, where's this from? Oh, this is, I thought, this is part of the what do you call it? Basic, what do you call it? I think it's called universal income or something like that. Something.
Okay.
What's his name? Wayne. The Wayne dude got popular for it. Mike. What's his name? The dude who ran for president.
Mike.
Not Mike Wayne.
Bloomberg.
No, the Asian dude that ran for president. Yang. Andrew Yang. With universal basic income. That's it. Something like that. I thought this was that. So you see, our new guaranteed income pilot will give hundreds of dollars per month to poor black women in Georgia in an effort to improve the financial stability and mental health to tackle the racial wealth gap. The program, called In Her Hands, will give about $850 a month in monthly cash, no strings attached, to up to 650 black women for 2 years. And I thought, why did they choose just 600? It's like a test or something. What is this? Why would you only 600? Because some dude saw that headline was like, oh, what about black families? Like, let's move past that. Okay, they're gonna give it to black women, but why are you creating this and it's only for 650?
I'm sure there's thousands and
Yeah,
thousands
that's what I'm
of
saying.
black
Like,
women in Georgia.
So now the question got to ask is, well, how do you apply for this? What are the parameters you have to be able to apply for this? So launching early next year and distributing more than 13 million is poised to be one of the largest guaranteed income pilot programs in the U.S. Oh, so it's a pilot program, okay, led by Georgia Resilience and Opportunity Fund and coalition of local elected officials and nonprofits, and the nonprofit Give Directly. The program would include participants who live in Atlanta and other parts of suburban and rural Georgia who are near or below the federal poverty line. So I'll put an article in the description as usual. But there's one thing I want to show. Here's the actual website of the whatchamacallit. Now you see here, they already raised 9 million out of 15 million. They only have 132 unique donations. So that means some corporations or some type of organization have donated large chunks of money. So you see here, you see people giving $25 to $100 and stuff. That person gave 5,000. No names. So you can just give it to it without even signing up. So I'm pretty sure some corporations put money into that.
Don't click on that give now because we ain't giving shit.
Now look at this. I'm trying to go down to the particular part. All right. Okay. He said, why is the program focused on black women? Black women face more economic insecurity as a result of the systematic barriers that pay inequality and fewer economic buffers than nearly any other demographic in Georgia. Black women earn 63 cents on the dollar to white men in Georgia, and 38% of black women in the old Fourth Ward in Atlanta live in poverty compared to 26% of black men and 8% of white women. Now, that don't make sense. She compared how much money they make to white men, but she compared their poverty to black men and white women. Why is that? Why didn't you compare her money to black men and white women as well as white men? But we'll move on. Black women in Georgia also face uniquely high barriers to wealth creation. Many act as a primary caretaker and must deprioritize health costs or take on debt to cover for the family basic needs, while people in the communities are incredibly resilient and resourceful. Black women are among the most likely group to experience cash shortfalls that make covering basic needs difficult. Now, here's the part that I found crazy. This is it. All the other stuff, all right, whatever. Yeah, great. We use woman as an expansive term inclusive of both transgender and cisgendered women. Our program is also open to non-binary individuals who wish to participate.
So you could be a man that don't identify as a man and be a part of this.
Now,
you said, I'm a they.
Now, hold on. So what that mean is, if you include transgender, straight women, non-binary women, so that means the only person who can't be a part of this, I hate to say it, is straight black men. That's it. Anybody else qualifies.
White people don't qualify.
So amongst the black community.
Okay.
The only person in that area that can't qualify for it is straight black men. But okay, whatever. That's whatever. Okay, whatever.
Well, that's letting you know it's not for you.
All right, sorry, that's fine, whatever. But because we're told that transgender and non-binary and queer and all that stuff are more affected, is it possible that there'll be more participants that are that than quote unquote cisgendered?
Oh, I believe so.
So you're telling me there's a possibility, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, there's a possibility that out of the 650 women, that majority may not even be straight black women.
Possibly.
Or should I say black women with children?
Possibly.
There's a possibility. Not saying it's gonna happen. Not saying that's what they're trying to do. I'm just saying.
I'm just like, why would you include transgender women and non-binary people? Why not just give them their own program? Like, why these people always gotta latch on to some other group, particularly black?
Like, I'm fine with them giving it to black
stuff.
I'm fine with giving it to black women, because more than likely the women who gonna get it gonna have children.
The problem is when they including these transgenders and these non-binary people, that's the fucking issue. They always have to latch on Dry coattails.
Now you see here, can I apply to receive money? At this time, we are not accepting applicants for cash transfer. Our U.S. program are targeted to specific populations who are then invited to participate into the program. So you have to be invited. I guess they're going to go through a list and see the poorest people in the community and give it to them.
I guess how else they're going to do it?
So now I have to ask another question. Can you be homeless and get this?
Well, if you're homeless, you should definitely qualify the most to get it.
Well, who's the most homeless? See, now I'm asking another question. Who's the most homeless?
From what I've seen in Seattle,
it'd be black men.
It definitely be black men. Say white man come next.
I'm talking about most black people.
Okay.
I'm not talking about no other race.
I seen, well, definitely black men are mainly homeless. I've been seeing more black women
that's definitely
that
growing.
are homeless. That's because of COVID and all this stuff. So
yeah.
She out there too, but Jake, he been out there for a minute.
So, like I said, hopefully this goes to the women with kids,
or people, or women that are homeless,
disability, or homeless, or something like that. But I would not be surprised if at the end of this it says that majority of the people were not even black women. But
well, that's what happened when you black women be cheering on these transgenders and these. And accepting them when they just using you for what you got.
And they say that this was inspired because remember Andrew Yang, when he was asking for universal basic income, he admitted that he got the idea from Martin Luther King. He was another person who pushed for it.
Yang could come up with a damn Chinese person that has some inspiration?
Man, I found out. Did you know? There was Black Panthers. The Black Panthers inspired other Black Panthers in other races. There was Jewish Black Panthers in Israel. Australian Aboriginals had a Black Panthers. Latinos had the Young Lords. Like the Black people in America.
Oh, we know there was one particular Hispanic woman or Latino woman that had a problem with Black Panther. She said, when are Latinos going to get their superhero?
Oh, yeah.
The one who said nigga.
Yeah, I am now convinced, this is what Martin Luther King said, I am now convinced that the simplest approach will prove to be the most effective. The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income. So they're using this to push it. They said they was inspired by this. Like I said, if it goes to the right people, I mean, it could help those people for 2 years. It's only for 2 years. It's the pilot. Then maybe they can use it, but we know the hood, and I got a feeling I know how that money gonna get used. And I don't mean they're gonna get wasted. I think some people gonna be flipping that money, but we'll see. Hopefully, good comes out of it. Let me show y'all this one. Iran threatened sanctions against U.S. over treatment of black Americans.
You're about 400 years late, Iran, but thank you.
Iran got all of them. Iran got all them damn sanctions on them. They're like, look, man, we're going to sanction you for how you treat black Americans.
They're about 400 years late to the party. Talking about putting some damn sanctions
Ain't
on
that the
somebody.
Persians?
That's the Persians. I didn't want to say it, but that's the Persians.
That's the Persians. An Iranian judicial official said the Islamic Republic is concerned about the police brutality against black people in the United States, citing the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah, they're so fucking concerned.
They use black people as a punching bag for America.
Just like the Chinese when they had that meeting, they talk about
Taiwanese dude. Look how they treat the blacks.
Yep. No, when they came over, when they met in Alaska.
Yeah.
That was what, 4 or 5 months ago.
I think so. Yeah.
And that's the same thing Chinese people said. How dare you talk about how we treat our people in our country and look how you treat the black people. He didn't say look how you treat the black and brown
people of color,
or people of color, or the minorities. They specified the blacks.
Oh, black.
The black. Oh, they don't even say black. They say the black. The black people.
Black.
The black.
All right. Let me go ahead and move on. Yep, we doing it. We gonna do it again. We gonna do it again. I don't give a damn. Look at him walking away. Nigga, where you going? All right, hold on, let me pause. All right, we back. Okay. Vaccine mandates and
there you go, that COVID shit.
All this other stuff going on. Hold on. Let me get my bag right quick. They got us up out of here last time.
It wasn't me this time. That I didn't get us out of here this time.
Now this is a crazy story. A viral Nicki, remember this guy right here? This is the guy who went viral after Nicki Minaj made those comments about her was it her cousin's friend or
Trinidad,
her brother's
ball,
friend?
something.
Yeah, something about his nuts got hurt because of the vaccine. And people coming at her, you know. So this right here is a fan of hers, allegedly.
That just went away, huh?
Just went away. This is a fan of hers. You see here a viral Nicki Minaj-themed anti-vaccine protest outside the CDC was led by a fringe political group called Black Hammer. Now, Black Hammer, I guess you can call them like a Pan-African.
You got on the black and the green.
Yeah, that's the Pan-African
and
part.
the
Of
red.
this. But I can tell this was some weird shit because he was outside the CDC saying Nicki Minaj told the truth and Fauci lied, all that type of stuff, right? Which is a no-no. You're not allowed to do that. Well, recently, he went and gained himself some attention again. And he did so by getting together with the Proud Boys.
The Black Hammer ain't nothing but a new form, a new little thing they done created.
Now, you can see here, Black Hammer and Proud Boys form coalition to defeat Fauci mandate and the left. Now, I see the hammer there. Is that supposed to be the Marxist hammer and sickle? I mean, the sickle thing?
Maybe.
Is that like a play on that? Maybe I'm missing out on that. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all some clips of him.
Both sides uniting. The Proud Boys, Black Hammer, black and brown working people, white working people coming together against this elite big pharma situation. It is a fight between good and evil we in right now. This is serious stuff, y'all.
Now, he said black and brown. What is going on?
I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's fucking irritating.
What the hell is going on?
You see that shit all the time on Black News Channel. They intentionally do that.
I'm not here because
Here's another one of his videos.
I'm telling you, it's the situation of why I'm here. I'm not here because I like the way Gavin smell. I'm not here because money to bail me out, whatever like that. Trumpers put that money in ASAP and got me out. While BLM and Antifa laughed about it, ignored it, and said that they wish I died there because of my stance on pedophilia and the fact that I started reading the Bible more. I can't be a Christian and be a revolutionary. Jesus was a revolutionary against Rome, and shoo, Fauci looking like Caesar to me.
Get this brother off the damn screen.
It's just...
Get his ass off the screen.
Hold on.
I'm proud of what you have built. I'm proud of the work you have done. I know it's not easy being a leader, especially against this Fauci empire, this Dementia Joe empire.
Well, you were there from day one. We say Uhuru because of you.
I know.
You know, why couldn't we? I mean, we couldn't have I'm gonna leave it alone.
To all you snakes and sellouts on the left, I've made a list. I've checked it twice. You're gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Gazo Kadzos coming to your town, and I'm bringing friends with me. Okay, now what the hell is this?
Some bullshit.
What is that?
Another little group they done created.
So now, we saw, I'm being honest, we saw the same thing with what's his name? The dude who's on YouTube, the comedic dude, the dreads, and Young Pharaoh. He did the same thing.
What?
He had a picture of a dude who was dressed in this comedic gear and giving a dap to a white dude, a Proud Boy, saying, I got your back. And he was like, what the hell going on?
Didn't he do like a 180? Young Pharaoh?
Yeah, it's a 180 at this
He
point.
went from
super pro black
to saying he done with black women, and
I don't know if he said that. I didn't watch the video. Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if
was
he was being
just
serious.
trolling, just talking shit on the
I don't know
internet?
if he was trolling or if he's being serious.
And his girl black.
His wife was black. He got black kids. I guess they were working on getting another black woman at it, and he said, "Hell no, I can't do it with you. I definitely adding. I don't know."
But
so yeah, I don't know what's going on with black people. Black people starting to lose their fucking mind.
So now Black Hammer is working
with the Proud Boys.
Against the mandates, he said, and he's really apparently angry that the left, quote unquote,
or he
didn't have his back when he was arrested. They didn't have his back.
They didn't bail his ass out.
Yeah, I guess this is what it's about. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. Nets bringing back Irving as part-time player for games outside of New York. Now,
I thought they said they weren't going to do that.
I thought they cared about player health. I thought it was unsafe for him to be around them.
I thought they were going to stand on their square.
I'm really. He stood on his. I'll tell you that much.
Well, he's still standing on his square.
He's still standing on his square.
He said he would play. He's just not going to be vaccinated.
Yeah. The Brooklyn Nets are in the process of bringing back Kyrie Irving as part-time player for games outside of New York, although at this point, the All-Star guard has been unwilling to satisfy the city's vaccination mandates and become eligible to play home games. Nets owners Joe Tossi said general manager Sean Marks, coach Steve Nash, and key players were supportive of the idea of Irving returning, and he will be able to start practicing at the team facility. According to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, though he has to test negative for COVID-19 for 5 successive days before he can do any work with the team. Upon returning, Irving will have to be tested every day as an unvaccinated player. After discussing with our coaches, players, and staff, the organization has decided to have Kyrie Irving rejoin the team for games and practices in which he is able to participate, Mark said in a statement. We arrived at a decision with the full support of the players and are carefully consideration of our current circumstances, including players missing games due to injuries and health and protocol safety. No, say it's because of people getting sick because of COVID. Say it's because they're catching COVID. That's why everybody's out.
There you go again with your damn mouth open.
No, that's true. Chicago Bulls had like 9 players out because they got COVID.
Listen, they don't give a damn. Clearly, they want the man back
because they need too many people playing too many minutes. They got injured. I thought it was about player health though.
Why would he only get to play on out of town games when you have him practicing at home in the gym with the players? What's the difference? Y'all some fucking dumbasses.
So this is what can happen. I can go play the 76ers. I can go away and play the 76ers. Come home, practice in the gym, but I can't play the 76ers at home.
Which is some bullshit. That's like having that damn fucking protected glass shit.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is gonna do? I just go the bus driver. You know how annoyed the fucking bus drivers are. They got that little fucking door. It don't like that like it go down to the floor, up to the ceiling, all the way. No, it's like the air is still getting around and over it. Just fucking dumb shit. Does that make any sense?
It makes no sense.
Like Judge Mathis show. They got the
I was thinking the Judge show too.
They got him with a glass at the judge's area. Then they got the plaintiffs.
And then
the
people behind them is spread out with a glass.
Just dumb shit.
It's dumb as hell. Irving, in spite of his vaccination status, will be returning to the NBA. The Nets team grappling with the surge of COVID-19 cases, driven at least in part by the new Omicron variant.
You know what that also tells me?
What?
That a lot of these NBA players
are not vaccinated. I agree. Now, I know it is possible for them to be vaccinated and still, but I personally have a theory that we see what's going on in Europe soccer matches. We're not going to say, but we see what's going on in Europe with the soccer players. The reason why that's not happening here, I believe a lot of these players are not vaccinated. I believe Kyrie Irving will not allow the NBA and the media to lie and say he was vaccinated. Because Aaron Rodgers, it came out Aaron Rodgers was not vaccinated, and it was just like, bloop, went over.
And he right back.
And it's like, wait, he wasn't
vaccinated. They never confirmed and said that he got vaccinated.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what happened? He lied about, he never lied. He said he was immunized. He never said he was vaccinated. But still, he kind of made it seem like he was vaccinated. He wasn't, and nobody was surprised. It was like, yeah, his teammates knew, the coaches knew. So I think a lot of players are not vaccinated. They just let the media lie and say it so that they can do the whole public support thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was about health. Why'd you allow him to come back? I mean, he not vaccinated yet. He ain't had COVID yet. Allegedly, as far as we know. Yet the Bulls and all these other teams, people are out with health and safety protocols. Look at LeBron. He had tested for it, positive, Then he was supposed to be out. Then he tweeted it's something fishy going on. And then the test came back negative, and then he played. And it was like, what just happened? Did he have it or not? Oh, man. These people, man.
LeBron just invited them to the pizza party, and they, it was okay.
Oh, boy. We're going to show a video of them talking to the first American. Notice they said American. They know what they really want to say. The first American to be vaccinated in America. They had to make sure, they had to do an update, let you know she's still kicking.
He's still alive. We've been doing monthly checks on her.
Oh, Lord.
Hell, at one point they said it was daily.
Message. Shots. One woman is celebrating the 1-year anniversary of receiving her first vaccine dose. Turned out to be
every last
How
person
come
they showed.
they never let you see the needle come out of their arm?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
The first vaccine dose. Nurse Sandra Lindsay made history on this day. And
what? Look what she.
Yeah, I want to show you this. Why is she throwing that up?
Why is she throwing that up?
2020, when she became the first American to roll up her sleeve and get vaccinated. And joining us now is Sandra, who works as the Director of Critical Care Nursing at Northwell Health in New York. Thanks for being here. It's so good to see you again. Really.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So a year is just incredible to think. Tell me about how this year has gone and what your perspective is. The first American to get the shot. What has this year meant, do you think?
Oh, it's meant so much to me. I didn't set out to be the first one vaccinated. I just set out to get vaccinated to protect myself and my loved ones and my community.
That's a whole line she just told. They all say the same script. That's gonna be the new name to the. That's gonna be the name deeper than the script. But anyway, they just the same script. They all say the same taglines. It's like, come on, man. You were picked to be the first person to do it. You were very much picked for a reason. Like, stop lying. Every last clip of this show was a black person getting the vaccine. You were chosen. Believe that. I ain't stupid.
And we still didn't fall for your shit.
And it turned out that I was the first one vaccinated. I look back with, a lot of gratitude and pride in the work that I've done thus far to advocate for more people to get vaccinated so we can finally put an end to this pandemic.
Now, see, this is why is he allowed to say it on television? I get kicked off of my channel because of saying words that they say is not true. Yet she just lied. It is a fact that they've said, this is the CDC, this is Fauci. It's not going anywhere. Why did she just say that if you get vaccinated, it'll go away? It's a lie.
Because they're like, it's going to go away in 2021.
They told people you get vaccinated, you can get your life back, you can go.
Then they said, 2022. Now they're saying, it's going to extend to 2024. And at this point,
this is the new normal. When you ever hear words like new normal, what is a new normal? New normal is different.
Well, they started with there's a show called Modern Day Family.
Yeah.
So they've been slowly
getting to you,
letting you know that things was getting ready to change.
It's called news speak when you say new normal, the new normal. Anyway, or when they say get your freedoms, new freedoms. What's a new freedom? Get your new freedoms back. How do I get something new back?
I know I said this already, but why don't they ever let you see the needle come out of their arm?
And Sandra, when Terry introed you there, he said, one woman is celebrating the 1-year anniversary, but I know Terry really meant we're all celebrating, because I remember the way I felt watching you get that shot, because I knew soon I would be able to get mine as well.
No, this is so much propaganda. Oh, I was so happy that knowing you got yours, I would someday be able to get mine, and I just couldn't wait. And like, come on,
and he
man.
got a big ass face too.
What the hell?
I knew I was gonna get, nigga. You didn't know shit.
Now this is some crazy shit right here, and this is where the money game shows its head. This is when you know money is running everything right here. CDC recommends Pfizer and Moderna COVID shots over J&J's. Most Americans should be given the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine instead of the Johnson & Johnson shot that can cause rare but serious blood clots, U.S. health officials said Thursday. Hold on. Did the CDC just come out and say that Johnson & Johnson gives blood clots publicly. I wonder, the Johnson & Johnson stock, how much did it fall after this article? After that release? It fell tremendously.
But a lot of people preferred
because it's one shot.
The Johnson & Johnson because it was one shot.
And
we have an uncle who literally said he got that shot because it was one.
It was one. And it wasn't mRNA. There's a lot of people that's getting it because it's not the new type of, it's just a regular old school alleged vaccine. You see here, most Americans should be given the Pfizer. We read that the strange clotting problem has caused non-confirmed deaths after Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Wow. Are they not throwing them under the bus right now?
They are.
I thought we weren't even allowed to speak about this.
You're not allowed to speak about it, but they are allowed to speak about it.
By the way, this is the CDC. I'm reading from the AP. This is the CDC quotes. Let me say that.
Backup channel going to be gone pretty soon.
While the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines don't come with that risk and also appear more effective, said advisor to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the panel recommended the unusual move of giving preference. You see how they say it's unusual to do this to the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. And late Thursday, the CDC's director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, accepted the panel's advice. Until now, the U.S. has treated all 3 COVID-19 vaccines available to Americans as an equal choice. Since large studies found that they offer strong protection and early supplies were limited, J&J's vaccine initially was welcomed as a single-dose option that could especially important for hard-to-reach groups like homeless people who might not get the needed second dose in the Pfizer and Moderna options. But the CDC's advisory said during the meeting Thursday that it was time to recognize a lot has changed since vaccines began rolling out a year ago. More than 200 million Americans are considered fully vaccinated, including about 60 million who got the J&J shots. New data from unprecedented safety tracking of all the new vaccinations persuade the panel that while the blood clots linked to Johnson & Johnson vaccines remain very rare, they're still occurring, and not just in younger women as originally thought. In a unanimous vote, the advisors decided the safe Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are preferred, but they said the shot made by Johnson & Johnson Jameis Division still should be available if someone really wants it or has a severe allergy to the other options.
So then what's the point of you throwing them
What's the point of you telling me this? What you're doing is you're telling the public not to take that shot.
You want them to go towards a Pfizer and a Moderna
Exactly.
route.
Now, we got to ask the question, why? Well, we know that Moderna and Pfizer are mRNA vaccines, and they require 2 shots. Johnson & Johnson is not, and it requires 1.
Big pharma, baby.
They not making enough money. Johnson & Johnson couldn't pay them the dough that Moderna and Pfizer have been paying. So they said, you ain't gonna make your payment this month? All right.
Well, Johnson & Johnson got lawsuits on their ass. So.
Johnson just like, look, man, we got bills.
Just like, man, we have our fucking necks with bills around here, and you're asking for more money? Fuck you.
Fuck you, bub. But Moderna, if I'm not mistaken, just built a place they can make the vaccines down in Australia.
Australia?
So they trying to get a east wing of they money making machine.
AstraZeneca ass just got up out of here, huh?
They was done a month into the damn vaccination. They were like, get them up out of here.
That's that overseas shit.
Yeah, they broke. They brokies. They can't pay. They can't pay to have their shit covered up. Listen, this is the response by Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson's statement on his COVID-19 vaccine following the CDC ACIP meeting. Johnson & Johnson remains confident in the overall positive benefit risk profile of its COVID-19 vaccine. Studies have shown that the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine generates strong antibody and cellular immune response and long-lasting immune memory and breadth of protection across variants. In addition, a growing body of evidence is revealing the strength and protection of our vaccines as a booster to either the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine or a different authorized or approved COVID-19 vaccine, by both in terms of its efficacy and durability. The safety and well-being of those who use the Johnson & Johnson vaccine continue to be our number one priority, says the head of Global Janssen Research and Development LLC, Johnson & Johnson. We appreciate today's discussion and look forward to working with the CDC on our next steps. In addition, we strongly support education and generating awareness in rare events such as. So they had to come out and admit, yeah, some fucked up shit with ours. All right. Given its strong durability, the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine remains an important choice, listen to this, in the U.S. for people who can't or won't return for multiple vaccinations or who will remain unvaccinated without an alternative to the mRNA vaccines. With ease of storage and transport, it offers a vital tool in many populations, including a low and middle income countries. Our vaccine is a critical and sometimes only option. Johnson & Johnson is one of the largest suppliers of COVID-19 vaccines to the African Union and COVAX, which supports equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines to the 190 participating countries. So basically saying the niggas take ours.
It's a one-stop shop.
The niggas come to us. The Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine allows for World Health Organization recommended for medical intervention in the pandemic setting, which emphasizes ease of distribution, administration, and compliance. The company remains committed to facilitating equitable goals, access to the COVID-19, global access to the COVID-19 vaccine, the first major Western vaccine manufacturer to support the COVAX humanitarian buffer. The company is collecting important humoral and cellular data in the coming weeks in the activity against the recent discovered Omicron variant, cellular immune response, and showing potential to be important to both bread and protection and durability. Johnson & Johnson continues to collaborate with health authorities around the world to ensure health professionals and individuals are fully informed on the reports of TTS, enabling correct diagnosis, appropriate treatment, and expedited reporting. The company has also updated its COVID-19 vaccine fact sheet to include the latest information of cases of TTS, including the contradiction to the minister and Johnson & Johnson. Well, we get it. So CDC threw them under the bus, and they said the niggas take ours. So if you get rid of us, a lot of people not gonna take this vaccine.
Yeah, they prefer the Johnson & Johnson because
it's one shot.
It's one shot.
They don't want to have to go back and.
We got an uncle who took it. He said the reason why he took it was
literally
he only had to take it one time.
Because it's one shot. Now the White House was asked, what happens to the people who took Johnson & Johnson now?
Oh, where was Jen Psaki
I don't
that
know.
day?
She was somewhere getting socked. But listen, I'm wondering, what about the people who took the Johnson & Johnson vaccine? Are they told that they took the wrong one? Like, I'm confused. What do you say to the people that took that one? That you told them to take. Now you're telling them you shouldn't take that one.
Sound like a lawsuit.
Oh, you can't sue. They made sure that.
The CDC director will have to make a decision ultimately, and it should be announced later today, I guess. I'm just curious at this point, what would be the message to somebody who has a J&J shot, and is it responsible for the United States to continue distributing that shot, not only in this country, but around the world, if the vaccine advisors are saying?
So as you know, ACIP is an outside advisory panel, so the ACIP regularly meets to discuss the vaccines and clinical usage, as Dr. Walensky said yesterday, so it's not unusual. This is regularly happening. Whatever decision they come to will go then to Dr. Walensky, and we will follow her guidance once we get that. But what we know right now and can focus on is that the importance of getting vaccinated and boosted, as I just laid out, we have 3 effective vaccines available to people widely around the country. And right now, what we know, it is critical to get vaccinated and boosted.
How you reading from a piece of paper on a question? Let's be on the spot. So how you read your answer?
Questions are pre-screened.
Boosted to protect yourself from Omicron. So that's what we know at this moment, is that we have 3 that are effective.
If she were to come back and say, and this is a hypothetical, I want to stress that.
Yes,
I know
it is a
hypotheticals
hypothetical.
in this room.
We do not like hypotheticals in this room.
Do we know whether she could say we shouldn't be giving out J&J anymore, and how quickly it could be removed from the market?
I can't get ahead of what Dr. Walensky is going to.
Well, it said that she already accepted their information. So what's she saying? They said it, she accepted it. So she agreed with them, you shouldn't take Johnson & Johnson. It was a 15-0 vote.
Damn.
15-0 said we will say you shouldn't take that one over these 2. So once again, what about the people that took Johnson & Johnson? Are you saying they took the wrong one?
Or are you saying you took a vaccine that side effects
can harm you?
Can harm you.
These people, boy. That's why that person is asking, well, are y'all gonna take this off the market? If
Hell
they
no.
just said don't take it.
Hell
so you
no.
gonna take it off the market or not?
They not. Look at his
I wonder if
Wicked
this had
ass.
something to do with it. Revealed, documents show Bill Gates has given $319 million to media outlets. Now, this is an older article. This came out a little while ago. It caught fire. People like, he's basically paying the media for certain narratives. Well, he's not the only one that does that. Look at this. Pfizer accused of funding anti-AstraZeneca information. Don't y'all find it strange that now when we ask for medical answers on vaccines, they're going straight to the CEOs of the companies? Isn't it a conflict of interest to ask the CEO of a company if we need more of their product or not? They're going to always say, you need more of my product. Why would I go to the CEO of Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson and say, hey, you think we need a fourth shot?
Sure.
Do you think we need another shot for the Omicron?
The more the merrier.
They're going to say, yeah. So why the hell would you go to them? They're going straight to the CEOs now and asking them this stuff.
You're
It's
gonna say
crazy.
that the more shots to help you have a better immune system.
And if you come out against the CEO of a pharmaceutical company, you get attacked. They say you crazy. Why are you attacking the CEO? Are you serious? He's a part of the big pharma. You shouldn't like him. They literally put prices on medicines that you can't afford. Are you crazy? Your grandmama struggling to pay for certain medicines because of these people. But
Oh, and the pill. When the pill's coming out?
Oh yeah, the pill's coming out soon. They're gonna make sure you can pop them things at home. You ain't gotta leave your house and take this.
It's another pill.
So now we're gonna talk about Biden.
And
we're gonna show Biden making comments about people who ain't with the mandates, and his response to those people about freedom. Let me show you.
And so everybody talks about freedom and not to have a shot or have a test. Well, guess what? So how about patriotism? How about making sure that you're vaccinated so you do not spread the disease to anybody else?
But it's a fact that if you vaccinated, you can still spread it. What is going on? There's a serious psychosis going on in this country right now. This makes no sense.
What about that? What's the big deal? And so everybody talks about.
I just want to show that, what is going on when people are ignoring facts? This is on the book, said by the CDC.
Nigga, you can say said by the CDC all you want to try to get your ass out of this. Somebody said by the CDC. They don't give a damn what the CDC say. They don't want your black ass saying it.
Oh shit, fuck them. Hold on. Now look at this. Dr. Alina Chan. Let's start with this. Wuhan lab leak now the most likely cause of COVID pandemic, and the truth will come out, expert tells MPs. Dr. Alina Chan, a genetic engineer expert, says she is very confident the truth will eventually come out about the origins of the deadly bug. Why is no one asked the question no more where this came from?
Because they already know where it came from.
Are we forgetting that when it first started, it was called the Wuhan virus? Remember that? Before they started, and immediately they started talking about coronavirus.
I prefer Trump's name for it.
Kung Fu.
I like a little Kung Fu fighting.
It was called the Wuhan virus, and people were like, oh no, we don't know where it came from. Like, Wuhan. The name. It's right in the name, motherfucker. What the hell? The same way, that was racist though. Call it Wuhan virus. Oh, but we can call it the African variant, the Indian variant, the English variant, the Brazilian variant.
They don't have any laws that protect them here. So
yeah, there's a anti-Asian. You can't say anti-Asians are a protected class in America now. Remember that. If you say anything towards them or any violence towards them, it's considered anti-Asian. Well, look at this.
Like they have a protected. Native Americans are a protected class.
Yeah, they just got their sign. Yep. Niggas, you open season. The molecular biologists at MIT and Harvard believe that lab leak from the Wuhan Institute of Virology is more than likely not. After 2 unsuccessful years of searching for an animal host. You hear that? It's more likely than not. They've been searching for 2 years for the animal host. Normally, whenever there's a animal who puts one of these viruses out, they would have found in a month, 2 months where it came from. It's been 2 years. They still ain't found this animal, this rabbit, this bat. I'm sorry, this bat. Where is this bat? Somebody was eating bats at a food market, but we can't find it. All right.
Who the fuck eat bats?
I don't know.
Oh, Africans eat bats too.
A high security facility specializing in coronaviruses has been in the eye of the storm, and questions rage over whether COVID have escaped from its lab. Both China and the lab have furiously denied any allegations, but evidence of the lab leak has been piling up over the last year of scientists, researchers, and governments hunt for answers. Now, there's it could have also came from America.
Yep. What was that, Maryland?
That Maryland place, virology place. It's possible America could have dropped it on China and, ran. And not China like, it ain't us, it's them.
I mean, America is notorious
for lying on people.
So we cannot rule that out.
Definitely can't.
Sorry.
Oh,
where's the American patriotism?
Yeah, Biden patriotism. Like, all right, motherfucker. Well, your patriotism when you were taking that money. But anyway,
where your son patriotism
when he with them hookers. But anyway,
or hold on, I guess crack.
That is American pride. Get with prostitutes.
Smoking crack ain't on.
It's American, ain't it?
It ain't a pride.
Crack came from America.
Crack is shameful.
Hold on, crack came from America. It's American.
No,
smoking crack is American.
It's American, but it's a shameful thing.
It's American. That's
you
all
can't
that
even
matters.
tell nobody they're crackhead. You got to say you on that.
You
shit.
on that shit. You don't say you're a crackhead. You say somebody a crackhead, they'll whoop you.
Yeah, you crackhead. What?
What you call me, motherfucker?
Yeah, snap out of that shit and try to fight you.
You say you on that shit, ain't I ain't on that shit. Now look at this. This is the Atlantic. Now remember a few months ago when Biden and Kamala and all these people and Fauci was saying the pandemic of the unvaccinated? Well, guess what we got now? This is December 9th, the Atlantic. The pandemic of the vaccinated is here. A coming winter surge and the spread of Omicron has made it clear that COVID is everyone's problem.
Winter's coming. ever since Game of Thrones, winter's coming.
Winter's coming.
So they've been telling you a long time the winter is coming.
Yeah, even before the arrival of Omicron, the winter months were going to be tough for parts of the United States. While COVID transmission rates in the South caught fire over the summer, the Northeast and Great Plains states were largely spared thanks to cycle factors and high vaccination areas. But weather and the patterns of human life were bound to shift and disease burden northward for the holidays. And that was just the Delta. Enter a new variant and appears to be better able to evade immunity, and that seasonal waves could end up a tsunami. So what they say in this article is people that's vaccinated now are protected from Omicron. Even though they also was getting, well, by the way, what happened to Delta?
Oh, Delta's still here.
It's still here?
Mm-hmm.
But why are they only talking about Omicron now?
As a matter of fact, I saw a chart. I think it said
but how do they know the difference?
Delta's like 99% still of the main cases.
But how do they tell? Because if I go to the doctor and I test positive and ask them what variant I got, they can't tell me.
Well, pretty much this is what's going on. They gonna keep coming out with these new variants, and then every time it's a new variant, they're gonna say you need to get another shot. That's it in a nutshell.
Now look at this title. Another one from Atlantic. Now they changed this title. It says how to socialize safely in the booster area. The original title of this article was, is it unsafe as a vaccinated person to be around unboosted people? You hear what I said? The name of this article was asking the question, as a vaccinated person, is it safe to be around unboosted? Which means if you are unboosted, you are unvaccinated.
I can't take it no fucking more.
If you're unboosted, you're unvaccinated now. But it changed the title to this because people was like, what the hell? You know what you're saying in this title, right? We already know the game. We already know. Fauci already came out and said the standard is going to be 3 shots, which means if you got 2, you're not vaccinated.
It's going to be
3.
4.
Yep.
It's going to be 5.
And then,
Then you're yearly or quarterly.
Now look at this. Now hold on. This the third time. Y'all, before we started recording, they had already changed the title once. It changed it again.
What was the title the first time?
The first title, let me show. Oh, the first title. This right here was the first title. Why an Operation Warp Speed-like effort may be needed for a universal Holy Grail vaccine. That was the original title. They was asking the question, we need Operation Warp Speed on a global level.
Okay, what was the, and then they changed it to
Then they changed it to something else about they still was talking about a universal vaccine. But now they changed the title again to this is what it could look like to produce a vaccine that works on all COVID-19 variants. In one day, they changed the title 3 times.
which means they're getting a lot of pushback.
Or should I say 4 days? 3 days, I'm sorry. 3 days, they changed the title 3 times.
Well, damn. Was it Mark? Because Mark is the one that posted it.
Now, it say last updated
December 14th.
It says last updated December 14th. I'm pretty sure 2 hours ago when I read this, it was a different title.
Okay, niggas being like, it says it was updated December 14th.
All right. There's a different title. I just showed you this article. I'll show you the other article to tell you it was changed from that. I'll show that one to you. I didn't think I needed to screenshot it a second time.
You got to screenshot every damn thing.
I screenshotted it one time.
I
You
told
saw
you
the
that.
difference. Now I'm saying it changed twice.
Shit, I pay a bill and get an email and I still screenshot it.
But now they want to do a global vaccine effort to create one vaccine that can deal with all variants. You know what that tells me? They already got it.
Yes.
I mean, it should be pretty obvious. Did you open this? What the hell is this? I don't know. All right, we move on. All right, going to the last topics now. Slow down on the talk.
Slow down on the COVID talk.
Yeah. Look at this one. White Chicago drug dealer 17 is given probation for fatally stabbing boy 15 and marijuana sale gone wrong after judge said he is a bright kid with a bright future. That's a long ass title, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cook County Judge Stephen Bernstein sentenced a high school drug dealer 17 to 3 years probation for the 2020 murder of Elias Valdez 15. Valdez, an up-and-coming wrestler in the Glenbrook South High School, tried to take marijuana from a defendant without paying in August 5th, 2020. So wait. He tried to steal the weed and he stabbed him?
Yep.
And the judge gave him 3 years?
3 years.
Isn't that murder and drug dealing?
That's two
offenses.
2 offenses. But you know, he has a bright future, so they don't want to.
The two fought in the streets until the defendant stabbed Valdez multiple times. He didn't stab him once on the accident. He kept going.
This is how, let me say something.
He's a murderer.
White people view themselves as getting locked up as hurting society because they feel like all of them are needed to make this country function. But you as a black person or a black man, you're not needed in this society, so it's a function.
Well, it wasn't a black kid that happened to.
I know, I'm saying, but you're not needed in this part of society to make the country function. We need you to go be a slave in prison.
You've been in jail
to
actually
work
help
for
society.
free
Yeah.
to make the society function and work.
Valdez's family had protested for the defendant to be charged with first-degree murder, but the teen instead pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. He is also sentenced to 100 hours community service and counseling sessions with his parents, as a victim's family claims he benefited from white privilege. Are you fucking kidding me? How do you stab somebody on a drug deal going bad? You were selling drugs and you stab somebody and get wow. Good Lord. All right.
Because he's white and he say so.
Oh, God. All right. Oregon County pays family $45,000 after deputy placed knee on black child. In Oregon County has paid $45,000 to settle a lawsuit alleging a sheriff deputy held a 12-year-old black boy down with a knee on his neck, according to the Associated Press. The incident happened in 2019 in a mall in the state's Clackamas County. The officer in the incident is white, his family attorney said. The child's mom, Jarena McDavid, said that the officer wrongly thought her son was in a fight and injured him because he was black. Most certainly, he was racially profiled. As part of the settlement, Clackamas County admitted no wrongdoing in the $300,000 suit, but agreed to pay the $45,000. So wait.
If there was no wrongdoing, why did you pay anything?
So if I'm suing you for $300,000, but you'll settle for $45,000, but I don't have to admit any wrongdoing.
And they took the money.
Why would you take?
Because that's what they valued. They want the money. They don't want justice. They want money.
We do not train.
I said it.
We do not train deputies to restrict a person's airway to impede their ability to breathe. We know where they got it from. They got that training from Israel. That's why they put their knee on your neck. That's the Israeli way of doing it. Clackamas County Sheriff Angela Brandenburg told AP in a statement, "I will continue to ensure that my deputies are properly trained, that we all use to force a review to ensure that are within policy." Why you take the money, man?
Because that's what they want. They want the bag. They don't want justice.
What happened?
They want a bag.
What happened?
All right, come on, thing. Show another video. All right. Now, this is Kim Potter. This is the woman who shot Dante Wright up in, I think it was Minnesota or Minneapolis, one of those places. So she shot him when she said she meant to tase him. So she's on trial right now. She actually got on the bench herself. And I want y'all to notice the point where you can tell she was about to go into fake tears mode. And she did it too early. So the lawyer said something. She jumped out of it like, oh, I was trying to focus. Watch this.
What happened after Johnson and Lucky said you're going to be handcuffed or you're under arrest, and you said that there was a warrant? What happened next?
Officer Lucky hadn't put his hands behind his back, and I noticed that in the driver's right hand was something. It was paper or something, and I took it out of his hand and had it in my left hand.
And you had that in your left hand?
Yes.
And then what happened next? Strike that. When you did that, I take it you got closer to the driver?
Yes. I reached into the driver's hand and took out what he had in his right hand.
Right hand or left hand?
His right hand, and I held it in my left hand.
Okay. And what happened next?
Officer Lucky started to say something about, don't do that, don't tense up, stop doing that. And then it just went chaotic.
What do you remember happening after that?
I remember a struggle with Officer Lucky and the driver at the door. The driver was trying to get back into the car.
Well, he was.
Look. She going into the mode. Trying to get these tears out now. Now, watch how he get interrupted. Watch this.
Trying to get back in.
Look, he kicked out the mode like she was trying to go into.
That white woman.
That white woman. That breath shudder. She's trying to get into it, but he disrupted that bullshit.
Car, what did you do?
I went around Officer Lucky as they're trying to get back in the door. I'm between the door and Officer Lucky and the driver. And the driver's getting into the car.
And what happened next?
They're still struggling, and I can see Sergeant Johnson and the driver struggling over the gear shifts, because I can see Johnson's hand, and then I can see his face.
And you knew Johnson for many years before this, is that right?
Yes.
And by looking at his face at that point in time, what did you interpret it to mean?
He had a look of fear on his face. It's nothing I've seen before.
She's trying to squeeze a teardrop out.
She ain't gonna get a fucking teardrop out.
Did you say anything when you saw this? What did you do?
We were struggling. We were trying to keep him from driving away. It just went chaotic. And then I remember yelling, "Taser, taser, taser," and nothing happened. And then he told me I shot
him. White woman
So
tears on
you're
the bench.
saying that you accidentally
pulled
out the gun
because
instead
you
of
had
the
paper
taser?
in your left hand, so you forgot the taser was on your left side. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's poor training on your behalf.
No, she had proper training. She just look. is it possible that in the moment maybe she felt like shooting him? Let's just get to the point. Maybe she felt like popping him. Because how the hell, because you got something in your left hand, you forget the taser's on your left side?
Still took somebody's life. So
That's the point. I don't even know why this is even.
This is not a.
This is how they do though. Think she gets off? Ain't too many people even keeping up with that trial because it's like they gonna say it was an accident and let her off. We already know the game. We already know the game. Yeah, so I think niggas already know how that's gonna end. But it's unfortunate. All right, next one up. This crazy.
The image of black people.
Now some crazy shit. This video, I thought this video is like a month old or something. Like it's not even a new video, but every once in a while a video will come out. People won't really notice it. It'll go viral, and then people find out about it months later. So this video went viral again, really. This is at a wedding. This is a wife giving her new husband a lap dance in front of their family and friends, right? You think, oh, it's probably just a fun little dance, lap dance. This lady was butt out, cheeks out, barefoot. She clearly done this
everywhere.
She clearly has done this before. And not just for him. She's done this in front of a group of people before.
Very inappropriate.
It's crazy because you go, well, this is their family. Like, come on.
It don't matter if it's their family or not.
Like, come on, man. You bent over, cheeks out in front of the whole.
Is this our culture? I don't see nobody else doing it.
So I have to ask a question. Did she wear a white wedding dress?
Yes, she did.
The white represents purity.
Yeah, that shit should have been black.
But she wore a white wedding dress and then did this.
It's just no dignity.
Who we blame more for this? Him or her doing it or him allowing it? And I say allow it as in she had to run this past him, didn't she?
Yes, she did. This was no surprise.
No, or was this a surprise? Is this their, what they call that, their wedding dance?
Yeah.
And instead of doing a wedding dance,
when he came out, when he saw her, he already knew what it was though.
But at that point, do you stop it?
Yes,
like, nah,
stop it because that's
you ruined the thing though.
And
I'm playing
you
devil's
are
advocate.
setting the tone of the marriage. This is the first day of the marriage.
Well, clearly they've done some stuff in their relationship.
Exactly. So he's fine with it.
Yeah, I'm saying he's cool with it, obviously.
But I'm saying it as a community.
Now, I'm wondering, his homeboys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they looking at her ass.
Your homeboy looking at your girl bent over on the floor.
They know how your body look.
Your girl is bent over on the floor. And they standing there behind you like.
See, this is why in other communities, women are covered up.
I'm not rooting against their marriage, but how long do you think it lasts?
I know we're winding down. It's late. I wasn't gonna go on. Judge Mathis had an episode the other day, and the plaintiff, he was pretty much saying how the boyfriend, they were friends for 4 years, and now he started acting different because he was telling her what you wore changed.
Mm-hmm.
And Judge Mathis was pretty much explaining that don't a man want his woman out here wearing clothes that are revealing, the skirt's too high, blah, blah, such and such.
Yeah.
When I went to the comment section.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Jay Will.
There was a woman who
comedian Nicole Byer, most known as the.
And she was pretty much like, Judge Mathis, instead of you telling us what we shouldn't be wearing, you should be holding men accountable because they should be able to control themselves. And I'm just like, so y'all just want to be hoes.
Yeah.
Y'all just want to cover you. What's the point of you wearing clothes that high? What you doing it for? You doing it for attention. You're not doing it for yourself. His wife is not, she's not doing that for her husband. She's doing it for her.
Yeah.
She wants all those people out there to see like, oh, he's so lucky to have me because of how my body looks.
Yep. You're supposed to be, as a married man now, you're supposed to be okay with your wife walk around half naked. Or if you're not, you're insecure. You're not strong.
Well,
you're weak.
I guess I'd be insecure.
You're a weak man if you don't want your woman to walk around with her cheeks
weak,
out.
And I'm insecure because I don't want you walking out with your ass out. As quoted by only place I want to see your ass is in the bedroom in the air.
Oh, shit.
You know where I got that from. Anybody who listens, you know where I got that from.
All right, let me next video we're gonna talk about on Comedy Hype. I'm sure you heard the damn video turn on a while ago. Faison Love made a point about Nicole Byer. This is about like last week when this happened. He said she's an unfunny black woman. We're gonna watch this, then break it down for a second.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Jay Will. Comedian Nicole Byer, most known as the Emmy-nominated host of the Netflix reality series Nailed It, has just released her very first hour-long stand-up comedy special, Big Beautiful Weirdo, on Netflix. The name of the special is a play on the acronym BBW, which BBW traditionally stands for Big Beautiful Woman. After the special was released, it received mixed reviews among audiences and critics. Boy Genius Report, which specializes in technology, gave the special a positive review, saying the special has viewers falling out their chairs laughing. However, due to the subjectivity of comedy, not everyone was pleased with Byer's special debut. Faison Love, who was known for being vocal about various subjects in the industry, took to Instagram to express his displeasure in the comedy routine and suggested Netflix have low standards in selecting who they sometimes select to produce comedy specials. Love will go on to post a side-by-side picture of himself and Byer with the caption, "So, after very long consideration, I felt the only way to get a Netflix special is to become an unfunny black woman. My new name is Nicole Byer. This is my transformation."
There's so many things we could talk about with Nicole Byer.
Hold on, we're gonna get to it. This is the last segment of the show. So he made this comment. He says he sees Netflix. The only way to get on Netflix is to be an unfunny black woman. And his new name is Nicole Byer. So he's basically saying she's not funny. The joke he's making is they gave her a show and she's not funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know later on he went into more detail as to why he said that.
Which people should caught it from the beginning, what he was saying.
He said a lot of these people that get on Netflix, what he was saying is she had to suck white penis to get on the damn Netflix.
And clearly that's what she do, because every time you look at her, she has on the print, the animal print clothes.
So he basically was saying she's getting Netflix specials because she's unfunny. The only reason she get one is because she laying up with these Caucasian dudes. That's what he was saying.
Last week, Faison Love
and people were saying that in her special, she constantly references white people in her special. Like, there are some people that say her comedy is geared towards Caucasian people. That's
believable.
They saying she's not funny, and
She was on Girl Code. She wasn't funny.
So I'm gonna go ahead and show Comedy Hype's reaction to this. I'm just gonna show the female who says something on it, and then Pierre when he responded to her, which made her change her opinion on the topic. So hold on. What's that? 257.
We will put that ain't on Netflix, so he wasn't talking about me. So what do I think about that? I thought it was, I think people they can have their opinion, but again, it's just your opinion. I thought it was quite unnecessary when, first of all, there's so many people on Netflix that ain't funny. I mean, I don't know why you didn't throw a slew of white women under the bus with Nicole if that's what your opinion was, you know what I mean, or whatever. As the gentlemen were saying, he's entitled to it, but I just don't think that it helps anything. And again, I don't know why you particularly singled her out. You know what I mean? So I was, I guess, just disappointed or whatever. And then you're just gonna throw in unfunny black women just all over the thing. I know plenty of black women that are on Netflix. Well, excuse me. I'm not even saying that correctly. I don't know of plenty of black women on Netflix that are funny because there's barely any black women on Netflix. So for you to do that, it's just not helping the cause, especially as Ahmad said, like in the climate that we're in, we're just now getting our opportunity. Nicole is seasoned. She's been on several shows. I believe she was nominated for an Emmy or something like that, and she deserves her chance to put out her comedy. If you don't like it, turn it off, my brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because as in the comments, there's plenty of people don't fuck with you.
Now, speaking of the comments, there were some people amongst Lamont, who had some things to say. One user said he's only talking smack because all the other comedians he used to act with or be around didn't put him on. He thought he was secure when he started doing movies becoming mainstream, as if other comedic black men wouldn't come along to take his spot. Don't hate her, because you got to own your own. Another user would say, dude has been typecast the same effing character for decades, but thinks he deserves a Netflix special. Bye. So that brings me to my next question. And it's so loaded. Pierre, I'm going to start with you. Do you think Faison even needs a stand-up special to solidify his career, being that he has been successful in movies and things like that? Do you think he even needs a stand-up special at this point?
Okay, let me answer that two ways. I want to say something that Vanessa said. Well, one of the reasons me and Faison, some of the older comics been back, we've seen the struggle of comedians, urban type of comedians. We've seen the struggle. And when you see a woman like Nicole, Miss Nicole, which, fine with her having a special, if we start seeing those type of women only getting specials, that kind of cater to white men and white people, then he is upset because there's not a Lunel on there for a special. I don't know why she don't have one. Okay, Vanessa Fraction, some more urban-based comedians. If Nicole gets one and they're like, oh, it's fabulous, everything's great, they're gonna give another Nicole type and another Nicole type. Then the urban ones, the cookies and all those ones that we know that are funny as hell, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it because they say, okay, we y'all like this. And that's one of the reasons I think Faison was barking to say, hey man, there are other type of comedians that are funny as hell in the streets, baby, or a little more edgy that you're not giving a chance to. All right, enough of that. Saying Faison needs a special, well, Faison has a hell of a career, man. I mean, I had him on my show, Pierre's Panic Room, my podcast, Pierre's Panic Room. We all know who Faison is. Now, I think it'd be nice if he got a special.
Vanessa, I'll bring that same question to you. Do you think he even needs a special at this point to solidify his success? It would be nice, but do you think he needs it to solidify his success?
No, we're sitting here talking about Faison right now.
Right.
Not to solidify, but everybody loves a check, man. Everybody loves a check, and everybody wants an opportunity to tell their story. So, Pierre, I appreciate you saying something that I didn't necessarily have the courage to say. I thought about it earlier this morning, but that is true. I don't find many women that I relate to, that are getting specials.
So wait, okay, that's the point. So wait, you sat there and said everybody deserves a special. Okay, how he, need to leave it alone, whatever. Then when Pierre said, well, if she become the only type to get a special, then this is not a good thing for other black acts. Now you're saying, yeah, I agree with that. I was just too afraid to say it.
She was being fake. And she's afraid of black women attacking her ass.
She's afraid of that black girl magic.
They'll turn on your ass too.
That's all I wanted to show. She did all that. And she went on to end up backtracking and saying, yeah.
She backpedaled.
She pretty much said, yeah, you really don't want that to become the standard for, black female comedy because that don't relate to who I am and all that stuff. Oh, man. People, that black girl magic put people in fear, boy. It's a mug. It's crazy.
They have your ass shook.
Have your ass in the corner, boy.
Not me, though.
Oh, you Mr. Bad Guy, huh?
I'm not Mr. Bad Guy. It's just you have to be able to speak your truth and speak honestly. And people have to be able to hold themselves accountable. Just like we have to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
So and I appreciate the sisters that come and view the channel and understand that this is not a female bashing channel. This is not a black bashing channel. It is a
black channel.
Black truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, man. I think that's the end of that. We've been on for about 2 hours 30. Yeah. If you watch this, especially if you're one of the first people that watch it, we really appreciate the support for you to subscribe. Not just to the main page, but the backup when we fuck up. Really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate the support.
We don't fuck up. We're giving our...
Well, no, we know the rules. We know how the game is played. We're supposed to know how to maneuver it. It's our fault.
But you shouldn't have to maneuver.
Hey, the game is the game. You can only play it or walk away. But anyway,
at
man,
this point, I'm about to walk away.
Really appreciate y'all for watching this, man. Really do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share it, because this one ain't gonna get. This is gonna be really behind the burner. You thought the other one was getting hurt. This one's gonna really hurt. But yeah, man. Y'all be safe. You got anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Well,
thanks for viewing the channel.
Yeah, this will be posted on Twitter and Facebook. I think we might have to actually. I don't tweet ever. I haven't built the audience up on this. On Facebook and Twitter at all. I might actually start having to use it, because if we had a bigger base on those platforms, it wouldn't really matter. We would just tweet it out and get the same.
Well, those Facebook fucks with you too.
Well, I mean, the people that follow those two platforms would still know what's going on. So I might have to actually start interacting with people. Ugh. I might actually have to tweet and get on social media and argue with people. And yeah. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.